Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Guthix Rest, episode number 42. I am a guy named Sparre, joined as always by my co-host,
Birdfacts.
And we got some RuneScape for you today.
Wow.
We got a community question topic lined up, as well as talking about some wilderness updates and a little bit of QOL stuff that really wasn't much for this week, but proposed update is more interesting. And before we can get into any of that, how was your week, Bird?
It was awesome. That's it.
That's
all.
Just all right, cool.
you don't get anything else.
Damn, is it because I shit talked what you did earlier?
Yeah.
Before we were recording? Damn.
Yeah, you decided that I didn't do anything interesting, so I have not done anything interesting.
Listen. I also played Helldivers with you, so I mean, Helldivers is super fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure the audience is tired of us talking about how we've played very little RuneScape, or the things we've done in RuneScape is basically
Oh, now here we go.
The most boring shit.
I can talk some mad fucking trash. This is a reoccurring topic for me.
Okay.
I logged in because I was like, you know what? I'll do some Slayer. Fuck it. We'll do some Slayer. I'll do something in the game. My task is Abyssal Demons, so I go to the catacombs. Why are the people using melee still there?
Dude,
nobody's learned anything.
I was literally complaining about this. I was literally complaining about this morning when I logged in. I did Slayer all day today, right? And I had back Abbey demon tasks in the catacombs. Thank you, Konor. I appreciate you. And the fuckers there were all meleeing.
They're so
what are you
dumb.
doing?
Every single one of them is a dumb motherfucker.
There's a closer spot.
Yeah.
That only has 4 of them. And isn't in like the area you barrage or you use the Venator bow. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's actually fucking ridiculous how fucking many of them there are. Like it's always been pretty bad. But I feel like it's worse now. I don't know if I'm tripping, but I feel like it's like way worse.
Yeah.
Have we got an influx of fucking idiots to the game recently or what?
I don't know. I saw a guy earlier off Slayer task. He had no Slayer helmet. He was wearing a Nezi. He was using the leaf-bladed battle axe to kill them.
I was really hoping you were going to say the zombie axe.
No, I mean, isn't zombie axe just better?
Yeah, it is. But it's the new thing. So I was just hoping.
Yeah. Who kills Abbey demons off task melee in that spot? Like, what the fuck? And your first thought was like, oh, it's an iron going for their whip. It wasn't. It was a main.
Even if it is, I don't fucking care if it's an iron going for their whip. Fucking A, barrage them. B,
go to the other spot.
If you're going to use melee, go to the other spot.
Yeah.
But refer back to A if you want to get your whip within fucking 6 years.
And I'm trying really, really hard not to become like an asshole maxed person. I had to like repress my urge to start crashing people.
Bro, I'm not maxed in the slightest. And I still just have to repress the urge to just fucking crash everybody. Like, I don't even care that I don't care that I'm an Iron Man. I'm not going to get drops. These people deserve it. Go to the fucking melee spot.
Yeah, what is the benefit of doing it there? I'm
there
so
is
confused.
Maybe those people just it's like when we used to play Apex. Those people existed just to fucking kill us and then die. These people exist just to piss me off.
Oh god. Yeah. For some context of what Bird's talking about, because I'm sure no one understood what he just said. When we played Apex, a lot of times we'd get another team rolling up on us just to like start fighting us just to die.
Yeah,
it's like
it was the phenomenon of they'd always like just shoot specifically us, not the team or teams that were already shooting us. they would specifically be like, oh man, gotta get these guys. And then they'd fucking run up like idiots trying to loot our bodies and then just fucking die because we were getting killed by like 2 other teams already.
Yeah, it was just like, what? It's like NPC behavior.
Genuinely.
Like, I just don't understand. And that's what those, I am very surprised you had the same exact complaint that I had this morning.
God.
I was bitching in TNL chat this morning about it. It's just like, holy fuck, this is like I hopped, it was like 10 a.m. Pacific time, I think. And I hopped like 4 or 5 worlds before I found one.
Bro, when I got on, it was like I was on, I started on US West Worlds and it was like 4. So, normal motherfuckers haven't gotten off work yet. Every fucking world. All of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's all the East Coasters. I don't fucking know. But Jesus Christ.
It's very confusing. I don't
go to the goddamn melee area. I think next time I log into the game to try and do that Slayer task again, if I see like one guy in, I don't care what the fuck gear he has on, I'm just fucking crashing him. I don't care anymore. I'm about to fucking blow a gasket, man.
Also, the amount of people I saw using fangs.
I didn't see any fangs. I think I actually saw a rapier.
I did see a rapier too, but I feel like fang might be worse than tent whip or regular whip. I don't quote me on that. I know it is.
Abbey demons are particularly high defense.
Yeah, I don't think so. I DPS calced it because I had a Bloodveld task, and Bloodveld's whip, just regular whip, is better than a fang. So
yeah, that 5-tick attack speed hurts it, and the capped max hit.
Yeah, I mean, I will say counterpoint to capped max hit, capped min hit. So
I mean, yeah, but like, just hit higher. Lol.
I just don't know how much that affects the DPS if it also has a lower min hit or a higher min hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Other than that, I've been doing some Slayer.
Tried to play the game, got pissed off, and then didn't.
Yeah, that understandable. Maybe one day you're logged in right now.
Yeah,
what do you
mean?
Mean?
Fletching again. That's what I do during the podcast. I fletch my stack of infinite maple logs.
Okay, hell yeah. Maybe after the podcast we'll send a little raid.
Maybe
little champies.
We'll see.
I don't know if I talked about it last week. I did some CMs and those were actually pretty fun.
About it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't done any more since then, unfortunately. I've done some TOA and stuff though, and some regular chambers.
Yeah, I remember you talked about it because you were like, "Oh, my gear is kind of lacking," and I was like, "Oh, you mean you don't have a T-bow?"
Yeah, yeah, I don't have a T-bow, and I've been thinking about like, I want to grind bosses that make me money, and every time I'm just like, okay, well I can raid, but I can't do super efficient raids because I don't have T-bow, Shadow, Scythe. I don't really want to do Tob, so it doesn't matter that I don't have Scythe, but I mean, I could still TOA or Chambers, but, I'll be somewhat getting carried by the people with better gear. And I was like, okay, well, I really want to do Vardoris. Well, okay, I don't have Scythe, so I guess I'm using fucking Tent Whip for that, which isn't the best.
You don't want to invest in a Sail Door? The Sail Door is such a great upgrade.
I like the Sail Door.
I like it too. I think it's cool
weapon.
Too bad it's not that much of an upgrade.
Better. No, it's not. We talked about this before. I don't remember the episode number.
I think the Rapier and the Sail Door and the Inquisitor's Mace are all cool weapons.
Yeah.
They're just all not that big of an upgrade from their... Well, I think the Inquisitor's Mace is actually like what other crush weapons exist? Like,
I think the Bludgeon is the next best option.
Yeah, that's right. That fucking piece of shit
Or like
exists.
Scythe on Crush. But yeah. Crush does not have very many good options.
Yeah, Sail Door is kind of just a joke up. I mean, it's not a joke upgrade, but it kind of feels like it because it's just not that many.
Yeah, when the default weapon style is slash, Yeah. Yeah, Sail Door does not improve much on that gear progression.
I gotta look at
Rapier kind of does, but with Fang existing, it kind of killed Rapier.
Yeah, instantly just gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's right. Okay. For those of you that are unaware, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before because
we had an episode where we talked about this.
I'm talking about it again though because this still just blows my fucking mind.
It's so insane how
The
little
Abyssal
of an
Tentacle
upgrade it is.
has a slash bonus of 90 and a strength bonus of 86. The Blade of Saildor
comparison
increases those bonuses from 90 slash to 94 slash. A big old 4. And then the strength goes from 86 to 89. In many cases, not even a max hit.
Yeah, and for comparison, a whip to a tent whip is 4 strength bonus and 8 slash accuracy. So you're not even getting as much of a jump as a whip to a tent whip that you do from going tent whip to Saildor. So it's so minor.
Listen, Zombie Axe, 107 strength. I'm just saying. Listen, it's a 5-tick weapon. I get it. Come on.
I will say,
94
if you're using
on a
it,
Sailor? Come on.
Yeah.
Something like that.
If you are using the axe, because it is 5-tick, it oftentimes is beat out by the tent whip. But
yeah, of course, the regular whip is supposed to be better than the axe.
Yeah,
it's supposed to land in between the DSIM and the whip, so that is intentional. I think
it's crazy, like thinking about how big of a gap that is in time for an Iron Man to go from a dragon scimitar to an abyssal whip, because you need what is it, 85 Slayer or something for that?
I believe it's 85. Yeah,
that is insane. How long? Like that takes forever.
Yeah, I remember getting to 80 and then boosting with whatever the fuck, wild pies or whatever. To get the whip. I don't remember how long it was since I had completed Monkey Madness. Obviously, quite some time, but
it's not a very hard quest to rush.
It's not really a period of time. Like I don't remember myself being like, "Oh man, I really want that whip." I think what my real thought process was, "Oh man, I really want that trident," and whip just happened along the way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like people will boost for it, and like a big part of doing Slayer is to get yourself a whip, just because of how good it is over the scimitar. But it's kind of cool that there's something that slots in between, and it's also a really good crush option for like if you want to do Sarachnis or KQ.
I don't know why you want to do Sarachnis. I mean, I guess red spider's eggs, but
red spider eggs, yeah. And it's a decent source of like other potions from the grubby keys.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah.
And you could get the cudgel. Wow.
Yo, which will be worse than your axe.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What a piece of shit.
And you can also use it for chambers if you're doing Tecton.
Yes, because I already used leaf bladed, so
yeah. You know what you should do?
I don't have that, so
go get your zombie axe.
I'd probably have to like hop worlds and like I don't know if it's still camped right now. It probably still is. It's been like only a week since
I haven't seen anyone in my clan get a single notification since day of release. So I imagine the people that wanted it have already got it and fucked off. It literally takes like an hour or two. It's pretty quick.
I am already on Ancient Spellbook, so
yeah, just bring a Blood Barrage and you're good to go. Speaking of Defender of Varrock, this week we did have a handful of changes to the Defender of Varrock quest.
Were they changes? Did the quest change? Did I miss that?
Sorry. No. Wait, yes. No, this is artwork for Defender of Varrock. I lied. I read this blog this morning and I've already forgotten what's in it. Speaking of Defender of Varrock, we do have the Defender of Varrock art and QL updates, which has nothing to do with the actual Defender of Varrock quest, but the art is pretty nice. So if you want to go look at the concept art, I guess you can look at the blog, but most of the QLL is kind of whatever. Doesn't really matter too much.
You're telling me that you don't think that Bryophyta dropping a guaranteed and sold head is not the craziest, most insane update of all time?
I mean, it's kind of neat that they changed that for some reason.
The only thing in here that I still am not sure I understand is players can once again hide vengeance animation in PvP. Is that in reference to like using an emote while venging?
I think so.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, you can hide. So like there's a animation layer to your player that there can only be one active at a time. So if you do like the stomp emote or the blowing kiss emote, or actually blowing kiss doesn't work. The idea emote works. Anything that creates like an extra object on your
effect,
character,
essentially.
Yeah,
like it's not
like
a particle effect in terms of like how graphics engines usually work, but
yeah,
from a player perspective, it looks like it is intended
counts.
to be a particle effect.
Yeah, Fang Spec also does it, as well as casting or attacking with a trident or a sang or something. But basically you could do like an emote right when you cast Venge, and the emote would take priority over the Venge skull. And they removed the ability to do that in PvP. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 months ago now.
And
I guess
surprised that they reinstated it. Seems not.
It was a change that really only affected PKers, because a normal player isn't going to notice anyways, I think.
Yeah.
And PKers wanted that to be in still, so it was a change that only was negative for most people. So they reverted it, I guess.
I don't really understand, like, why is it okay that you can hide your Venge in PvP? Shouldn't, like, when I think about how PvP should work and what makes it interesting, isn't part of what makes it interesting knowing when your opponent has venged and playing around that?
I mean,
like,
there can be an argument that you can tell that they're hiding it because they're doing an animation, and like keeping track of their timers and stuff on how long until they can venge again, so you can tell if they're faking it or not. Listen, I'm not a PKer, so I don't know.
Here's my thing, right? Jagex, I don't know if they've gone on the record about this, but let's keep it real for a second here. The PKing audience is not very large in comparison to everybody else that plays this game.
Yeah.
Why are we continuing to add weird bullshit mechanics that are going to make it more difficult for anybody outside of the PKing scene to understand PvP?
I mean, I think the only people that were using this was like...
I think my point stands regardless.
That's fair.
Like, you're right, but I think my point stands regardless.
I think it's just removing the... Like, it was a mechanic already, so they were just removing the change to that mechanic that removed it before.
I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Just like being able to just hide something by doing something else in a PvP scenario.
I mean,
like,
I will also say,
in Destiny,
I don't
for
know
example,
for sure.
If you use an emote to like hide your hitbox, of course they're not going to fucking allow that. That's kind of what this feels like. Like, it's not quite on the same level, but it feels along those lines. You know?
I will say, I'm just guessing that this is what this change is referring to. I don't know if that's what they've actually done. This could be some other way of hiding your Venge skull that I was not aware of.
Yeah, maybe. But even still, like, I don't know. It still feels like the animation is supposed to be there as like a signal that has happened and you should think about it. So I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Maybe it's, maybe that's just me. I don't know. But it just popped out to me as weird when I was reading the patch notes.
The changes that actually will affect some people, though, because PKers aren't real and they can't hurt me.
They are real.
The
They
Chaos
definitely
Elemental
hurt you in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's true. The Chaos Elemental respawn timer has gone from 60 seconds to 15.
And they will
which,
hurt you
thank
there.
God, because that boss takes fucking forever to respawn. When I did, I think it's like 25 KC or something for
25.
the. Yeah, I hopped worlds because it was so fucking slow for it to respawn.
Yeah, I did that too.
And it's a little nerve-wracking to hop worlds when you're at literally like the highest wildy level, where there's like no good escapes besides taking the obelisk, and taking the obelisk in multi is a little sketchy. So
yeah, I did I world hopped for those, and I remember when I was doing that, I actually I hopped between worlds, and I hopped to, or I think Skillless Lee from Petscape hopped to one of my worlds, and it was like 3
That's
a.m.
funny.
and he like ats me in Petscape, and he's like, "Hey yo."
Birdfacts jump scare.
I didn't even notice him in game. Like I think he like was at like the edge of the screen pretty much, and he logged out, and I just like didn't even see him, or like I was logging out or something. But
that's funny.
Yeah, it was moderately amusing.
Yeah, all the other changes are pretty minor. The one other thing is that cooking Caramons to make them cooked instead of poisoned is now the default. About time. It's very annoying when I was going for 99 cooking, and I was like, I kind of feel like doing Caramons.
I'll have you know, I got 99 cooking by cooking a poison Caramon on purpose.
Jesus Christ.
And then I
Well, now I'll give you a warning if you try to cook a poisoned Caramon. So, I mean, if you want to cook them poisoned, you can toggle the warning off, but
why would you?
Yeah.
The only reason I did it was for a meme.
Yeah. No longer do you have to, cook or like select the cooked option, and then you can hold spacebar to one tick or whatever. You can just start one ticking right away. And that's about it. There's some changes about like clan things and adding bosses that weren't on various logs and other things. But
Vardorvis uses
really
different
matter.
sounds for his ranged and magic gaze attacks, which I really like. I like that they're
nice.
Continuing to add sound cues to the game, because I actually use those. So having unique ones and for different attacks is always nice.
There's so much noise going on in the Vardorvis fight, though. I feel like I would not notice anyways.
I remember that the gaze attack noise being pretty distinct. So I don't know.
That's fair. I'm just not someone that notices sound cues like at all. When we were playing Helldivers, someone was like, "Oh yeah, when you activate this thing, if you're the only person on,
the radar dishes.
Yeah, you'll hear a noise." I'm like,
you can hear it in multiplayer as well.
I did not. Yeah, I didn't hear the noise at all because
It's pretty loud.
I just don't.
But yeah, if there's like a bunch of stuff going on, you won't notice it. But there was like a swarm. Someone next to me was on my like HMG emplacement. They were just fucking unloading rounds into a bug breach, and I was still able to hear it. So if you know what you're listening for, you can hear it. But
that's the problem though. Like as soon as there's a bunch of noises, it happens at work too. When it's really loud, I oftentimes have to ask someone to repeat themselves like 3 or 4 times because my brain just stops being able to like process different sounds.
I'm fucking
when it's
schizophrenic at all times, so I already have voices in my head, so I'm pretty good at tuning into a particular thing, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Side note, I am not schizophrenic. At least I think.
The voices disagree.
Oh, fuck.
Let's continue talking about some wilderness stuff. There is a poll blog. I assume we'll get this poll going live in the game soon, but it's not live as of yet. It is for the Undead Pirate rewards and more.
Wow.
This was released yesterday. So the first question is, because the Chaos Temple is going to be a lot spicier with the Undead Pirates there, they want to move where the clue step is. And I think they're putting it in a really bad spot.
Yes, it is terrible.
So,
why?
Right now, where it exists is inside the Chaos Temple itself by the altar. And they want to move it to the southeast of the Laren's chest, across the lava in that like little building there.
Just south of another hard clue step.
Yeah.
There's one just north of that hunter, the Black Salamander hunter spot there.
Yeah, and I want you to tell me, how the fuck do you get there quickly?
You don't. That's the great part, because that step out that's already out there is already one of the like most annoying wilderness steps, because you just have to run out there.
Yeah, so for the current step, you can teleport to Ferox Enclave, you can go to the level 13 obelisk or the level 19 obelisk. I don't know why you go to 13. You go to the 19 obelisk, you can take the burning amulet. There's 3 teleports right there.
Yeah. And like,
or if you're
the thing is, if you with the new clue step and the other clue step that I'm referring to, obelisk 19 is still just the closest.
Yeah,
and
it's so far. Yeah. I think they should put it in the Laren's chest area.
The small Laren's chest. They should,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I'm biased, but there's a little tower like right to the southeast of Ferox Enclave that's used for like escaping basically, and that's it.
Oh, put it in there.
Put it there.
Mm.
You know?
That could be interesting.
Listen,
yeah.
There's already a step right outside Ferox Enclave, but I don't care.
Yeah, because then it would
making
keep it
things
still
closer. I like it.
Below 20 wilderness. Yeah.
I'm a greedy son of a bitch. Put it closer to a teleport, you bastards. Don't put it further away.
Yeah, and if you put it at the top of the tower too.
Ooh, yeah, true.
It'd still take time to get there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't
like. I want
don't
them
like
to
the
move
proposed
it.
spot.
I would say, oh, they listen to us, but I'm sure I'm not the only person that had the complaint of putting this shit where an existing clue step is going to make me kill myself. I'm sure other people were complaining about it as well.
But Sebe did a live ramble on his stream. I was there for a little bit of it, and he was bitching about the spot too, because it's a bad spot.
Yeah, it's not good. Why would they do this?
Yeah,
it's because they don't do clue scrolls. They don't know.
True. The next
they probably do
question.
Clue scrolls. I'm just being an asshole. I'm sure there are some developers on the team that do clue scrolls. I bet the guy that did this though, I bet he doesn't.
I mean, a lot of the J mods are absolute gamers.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a decent number of them that play to varying degrees. Some a lot, some not as much.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a guy in like max melee here with he just equipped the fucking zombie axe. What is he cooking?
What a beast. Wait, are you at the zombie place now?
No.
Oh.
I'm just at Sears Bank, and this guy just like geared up in full Torva, and then he equips a fucking zombie axe.
That's funny. I love that.
And he's gone. Who knows what he's killing?
The next question is, should we add the Chivalry Prayer Scroll, a tradable item that would unlock the Chivalry Prayer as described in the blog?
No.
We will not adjust the current means of unlocking Chivalry.
I'm just saying no because haha PKR update bad, but this is actually fine.
Yeah, so basically instead of having to do King's Ransom, which has a 60 prayer, 65 defense requirement, you could get the scroll instead.
And not need 65 defense, but still need 60 prayer.
Yep, you'll still need the prayer level, which is fine. I think most PKers, I mean,
even if you didn't need the prayer level to use the scroll, you'd still need the prayer level to use the prayer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, most PKers, they'll stop at like 25 for protect item or 43 for protect melee. But if they have the opportunity to get this prayer, right? Some go to 70 prayer for piety, but some might stop now for 60 for chivalry.
Yeah,
which is cool. That offers another
possibility.
Yeah,
and it gives,
and you can be one defense
as
too.
They discuss. It gives chivalry a literal any reason to exist. Because right now, its only reason to exist is the same reason that like fucking burst of strength exists. It is just a stepping stone until you get to the higher leveled ones.
Yeah, and I need to turn off my filters here so I can actually read what what chivalry normally does. So chivalry currently is 20% strength, 20% defense, 18% strength, and 15% attack. And the next question they have is they want to adjust chivalry. So the first option they are proposing is to reduce the defense by 5% and increase the attack by 5%. So it becomes 15% defense, 18% strength, 20% attack. The other proposal is to keep it at 20% defense, but then increase the attack to 18%. So it'd be 20% defense, 18% strength, 18% attack.
Just for the record, if they put it to 20% attack, its attack percent is the same as piety.
Yeah, I don't think the attack percent is like...
No, I don't think it matters too much. I just think that that's an important piece of
yeah.
information to know.
Yeah. And depending on who you're fighting, that extra 5%, or not 5%, that extra, 5% might be a pretty big difference. But if you're fighting like one defense spears, I don't think it'll matter, because you're just made out of paper anyways.
Yeah. I think I'm personally more of a fan of option B, just because it keeps it in line with being strictly worse than piety. But I don't think it really matters too much. I think either of these approaches is fine. But
I don't know
B.
if it necessarily needs to be changed.
Yeah, I don't think it totally needs to be changed either. I'll probably vote no to changing it and then vote B.
Yeah. Because like it's still better than turning on, Steel Skin, Ultimate Strength, Incredible Reflexes.
And it could literally be like the same as all those three, and I feel like it would still be, for some people, a desirable option, because
it's 2 less clicks.
Yeah. Who wants to click all three of those, man?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if one of these options came in, I don't really care which option it is.
Yeah, I would just literally be voting B, because
it
just makes sense in my brain that chivalry remains strictly worse than piety in every way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so question 3 is, should we adjust chivalry? I'll probably vote yes to this. Question 4 is, how do we adjust it? I'll probably skip that one, because I don't really care.
I'll probably vote no, because I hate change, and then I'll vote for B.
No. Wait. That makes no sense.
Anyways, adamant seeds. These are Pog. I'm voting yes for these.
Yeah, so mithril seeds, you plant it and you move westward. These ones, you plant it and you move eastward.
This is so epic.
Yeah. It is only going to matter for, like...
I just think they're neat.
Rev Cave PKing, Deep Wildy PKing,
Preventing escapes.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice mix-up, so, vote yes.
Yeah, I think it's neat.
Blip blocking scroll. So this will be a item that you unlock it, and it unlocks the ability to block teleportation attacks from chaos, or from Elder Chaos Druids, and the Chaos Elemental, I believe, too.
Yes.
Right?
I believe so.
Although, how is this going to be a prayer? Like, how does this work?
I assume it is a scroll that you can activate, and then it gives a temporary effect, but maybe it's like a permanent unlock. I don't really know.
Oh.
I assumed it was a temporary, like...
No, it says, like the Chivalry Prayer Scroll, this is a one-time tradable unlock that'll vastly improve players' pirate slaying experience. Oh. So it's a one-time thing.
That's actually fucking
insane.
Is it a new
prayer? Like, I don't under...
No, I think it's just a thing that gets applied to your character.
That's kind of cool.
Which, if it is...
That's pretty strong. We do
I
have
mean,
room for one more prayer.
It does, like, basically nothing, right? Unless question 7 passes. Then it's insane.
Yeah, so question 7 is, should it work for Abbey Demons? Yeah. No shit.
I mean, listen. All right. I already thought that this was... under the premise that it was like you used it and it worked for 30 minutes, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I think it would be cool if it also worked on Abbey Demons. Permanent? Bro. Absolutely, I want that to work on Abbey Demons. That goes insane. Holy shit. I'll go into the wilderness and grind that instantly.
Yeah, because, like, every time I get an Abbey Demons task, it's not that big of a deal, but, like, when I'm going to go tag a new Abbey Demon and I just get yeeted into the other room, it's like, oh, there goes all my aggro.
Like, I don't complain about that, because that's literally just a function of the game, but that is my other frustration with doing Abbey Demons tasks. I
Yeah.
love just fucking killing the shit out of them by barraging them. But setting up the barraging, sometimes you'll just get so unlucky. Like the one in the one side of the room, you'll tag it, it'll teleport you over. It's like, all right, well, fucking 3 of them from the other side just de-aggroed. You'll tag 2 of them, it'll be ready. And one of them fucked off to the other side of the room. You'll tag and be like, please, bro, don't teleport me into the room. And it fucking teleport you to the other side of the goddamn room. Now the ones from the other side are fucking on aggroed again. God damn. Fuck.
Yeah, I saw a tweet the other day. It was like, why do we need this on Abbey Demons? Are people really bitching about being teleported 2 tiles?
I am.
Yes, I am.
That
Holy
person
fuck.
clearly never fucking burst Abbey Demons, and that guy's probably one of those.
No, it was an HLC dude.
I bet that guy is one of the fucking guys that is standing there fucking mailing them in the barraging zone. I bet he is. That's the only kind of person that would have an opinion like that.
No, it was an HLC.
I disagree.
I think they were
I
just
bet he
being
still
elitist.
does that.
No.
I bet he does. I bet he's fucking
I think they were just being elitist, and they were like, oh, people want this. I'm going to say that it's bad because EHP or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's nice because, like, if I'm trying to stack the Abbey Demons too, and I get teleported away, well, there goes my stack. Now they're all gonna fuck off and like
fucking annoying.
Unstack. Like, come on.
And it's not like you just.
So,
it's not like it's a QL patch.
Well,
They just fucking patch teleporting Abbey Demons out of the game. No, you have to like get a thing. I do still think it's kind of insane that that's just like a permanent unlock. I was under the assumption, like I said, that it was going to be like you used it and it's like a 30-minute effect on yourself. Because that would make sense, right? Like they're trying to make it a more profitable area for lower level PKers. So it would make sense that you would want a recurring revenue source that is consumable, kind of like they're trying to do with the like dust or whatever that you get from the Coliseum. They're like trying so fucking hard to make it so it'll stay valuable, and then they just do this.
Yeah,
2 permanent unlock items that will drop in value as they continue to exist. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to be killing them, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll remain a hotspot by any means. I mean, I guess the uniques aren't like literally all they have. I assume they have like, you know, drops and stuff that are like half decent to encourage people to actually farm them. So
yeah, it seems like the aim of the wilderness is to like improve GP per hour from doing stuff now.
Yeah,
so.
And there's still like the Elder Chaos robes from the Elder Chaos guys that are still going to be there. So
yeah, and those are, you know, used by peers for PvP. So
yeah, I guess it's not all that bad, but it just seems odd to me that they were on their shit about recurring revenue from Coliseum and then they just do this. But I guess it is different dev teams. So not dev teams, but like, you know, different groups of developers within the, you know what I mean?
I get what you mean. One final thing about the Undead Pirates, they want to add a pirate ship to the east, and you can tell from the picture there's like a little bay area to the east of the current Chaos Temple.
Yeah.
And that's where they want to put the ship, and you'll be able to go there and open keys using zombie pirate, or open chests using zombie pirate keys, and you'll get rolls on the table.
Wow.
So yeah, and apparently it's also going to be multi-combat. So
wow.
Oh no, I lied, it's single way combat.
Wow, I can't believe you lied to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to correct you, but I was like, I read this like half asleep at work. So
yeah, I read this like right when I woke up this morning, or not this morning, yesterday morning, and then I haven't looked over it again. So, but on to some other things they want to change in the wilderness. The Fountain of Ruin. They want to make it so if you've completed various tiers of the Wilderness Diary, then when you cast High Elk there, you will High Elk 5, 10, 20, or 30 items at a time.
Whoa.
And this has some people mad.
when they said the idea of like, oh, maybe you could alch multiple things, I thought we were gonna do like 1, 2, 3, 5 from easy, medium, hard, elite. No, this is fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
And so someone did some math. They said that if you buy Onyx Bolts E or Air Battle Staves, you can make 14 mil an hour. And if you buy Black D'hide Bodies and Rune items, you can make 28 mil an
Okay,
hour.
but here's the thing. There is no escaping from the Fountain of Rune.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
just don't. Like, it just doesn't
you don't
happen.
escape. Mm-hmm.
I think that even
and
if
also,
they do this...
you're limited by the buy limit, and you're risking a bunch of shit there.
I think that even if they do this, there are going to be very few people risking a lot here. There will be some. Some people just like doing that, and respect. But
yeah, you'll see like an Iron Man probably walk out there with like their thousands of rune arrows or whatever.
Yeah,
but
and over time it'll probably die down. During update day, people are going to be going fucking insane. Both people trying to alch there and people trying to PK there. But over time it'll probably die down. But I'm sure every once in a while, you'll see a post of, "Oh my god, I PK'd this guy for 6,000 fucking Onyx Bolts E."
Yeah, and also as we were talking about this before we started recording, if this is a popular thing to do, the amount of like Onyx Bolts and Rune items and stuff, they're going to be basically bought out of the GE.
Yeah, it's going to be like it's not going to be.
Don't get me wrong.
Impossible.
A lot of those come into the game.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, for example, rune arrows or something. Like, rune arrows aren't just going to magically disappear, bro. People are getting that shit all the time. But things like Onyx Bolts E, plate body, plate legs type things from rune items, those things are probably going to approach closer to alch value. Obviously, they'll probably never go above it, but I imagine we would probably see it approach closer. However, the one caveat I had was Air Battle Staves I don't think are going to change at all because they're botted to shit.
Yeah.
They're basically going to stay right around Battle Staff price.
Yeah, I think this is a fine update. I don't think it's like going to be insane. People are saying, oh, bots are just going to auto log. Like, I mean, they could add like a log out delay or something like they did in the Rev Caves. If people are really,
I mean, they could do that, but
ass pained about then
you end up
bots.
With the exacerbated problem of if a player wants to use this, they can't escape. There's just literally no way to escape from this. And I don't know, maybe that's a good thing, but to me as a player, it's like, oh, there's literally no escape option, then it's just a useless piece of content. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think every update should be catered to whether or not bots can do it.
Yeah,
we've talked about this before.
Give a shit. Like,
I don't care.
Yeah, and I really don't care because I'm an Iron Man, so I think
and you could probably still log in under a bot if you're quick enough. Like, I don't think they log out literally instantly.
Yeah, I think they cannot log out literally the same tick. So I was watching Zappy and Petscape. He made a newbie PKing account to kill lava dragon bots. And so what he'd do, because they all use tridents, is he'd log in far away from them, and he'd be able to see the trident projectile from further than the bots could see him. And he'd mark the tile that they were on, hop worlds, go to that tile, hop back, and spam click his tile.
Yeah, you can do that.
So,
and like you just rock up with if there are bots, they're gonna be what's alch 43 magic, 55.
Yeah,
or they're gonna be low alching, but probably not. They're gonna be 55 magic. So you just rock up with like a level 60 or level 70 account, and you just like spec them out with like a DDS or a dark bow or something. Like I don't think it's gonna be particularly hard to kill these bots.
Unlikely.
But also, I don't care about bots. This is a cool update.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I think I'm still of the opinion of 30 items at once is a little insane. Maybe if we tone it down a little bit.
I think it's fine because you're at what wilderness level is that at?
It's like 45.
Okay,
49,
45.
I don't remember.
Yeah. with no teleports nearby
I guess.
besides the 50 obelisk in multi.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not hugely opposed to this. I will not be going there. So the concept is interesting, but I just simply will not be interested in risking my alk stacks in order to alk it slightly faster.
Yeah, I think most players aren't going to do that. I think they'll continue to do agility alking.
Speaking of agility. This one I'm a little
maybe
more
this
opposed
is a place
to.
you'll go to. So the Wilderness Agility course is actually not a bad place to go to when you hit 52 agility, but it very quickly falls off.
Correct.
So right now, they want to add an opt-in system where you pay 100,000 GP, and when you start doing laps, you earn GP per lap, and it scales depending on how many laps in a row you've done, from 10k all the way up to 40k per lap. And so, assuming you do 80 laps per hour, you'll start out getting 2.2 million GP, and then after the first hour, you'll be making 3.2 million GP an hour, assuming you don't get interrupted. And you'll also get tokens that you can turn in to get bonus XP. And the more tokens you turn in at once, the more bonus XP you get. You'll end up getting about 18.2 thousand XP per hour extra on top of your normal XP.
Wow.
Which ends up being about 66,000 XP per hour, assuming no one comes and kills you. I think I disagree with you. I think this is fine.
Here's my issues. I like the XP tokens. I think that's fine. It is obvious that what they're attempting to do here is make it so that, players will be risking a bunch so that PKers can find their juicy little piece of prey because they're literal predators. It feels like I'm not super opposed to the idea of making money from agility. For whatever reason, it just feels weird to me that they're just directly giving you money. They're just like, here's GP. I don't know what they do instead, but it just feels weird. Like it's a terrible criticism, I know, but it just feels weird to me.
I can understand that, yeah.
Like I said, kind of a bad criticism to just say it's weird, and I have literally no better idea. Like, I don't know, give them alk items. Then you're just giving them GP with extra steps.
Yeah, you're still just giving GP.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe they don't give... Well, it says GP worth of loot, so I don't think they're giving you directly GP.
I missed
the
that.
loot in question is made up of delicious alkables and blighted items, is what it says.
Blighted items? Okay, hold on. Maybe I feel differently about this.
I've heard a lot of people bitching about the GP per hour, but it's like, why is this bad when it's only a mil more than Hollowed Sepulchre?
Yeah.
And I think you can get more than 2 mil an hour at Hollowed Sepulchre if you're like looting more than the average person, you know?
Yeah. There's like,
I think it's easier
on it or some shit. I don't know, but
yeah.
The number seems kind of crazy when you look at it first, which is why I put that message in our Discord where I was like, there will surely be no consequences to this, because at first I was just like, that's a crazy number. But the longer I've thought about it, I was like,
this is assuming you are completely uninterrupted for 2 straight hours.
This is my other problem with it, is you're never going to be able to last at this. Like,
no. Well, so one of the things they say you can do is you can actually like fight back and like bring gear. Whether or not people are going to do that, I don't think so. But I think you're going to see a poison potion video where he's going to rock up in like full tank gear, like Arams and Toxic Trident, and like do it for 24 hours uninterrupted or some shit. Like, this is the kind of update for him, or like other Deep Wilderness PKers. Like, those kind of players are going to be able to take full advantage of this and maybe fight back. But I think for the average player, they might be able to do this for like 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, I just the real problem I have with it is it just doesn't seem feasible for the average player to interact with, because you'll just get fucking interrupted all the time. We'll see, if it lasts out as a PKing spot, but I imagine it would, because with 3
Is that area multi?
I don't think so. Not 100%. Pretty sure not. But
it's not. So yeah, what you could do is you could just bring like mystics and freezes and literally just freeze and step under.
yeah, but now they can walk 2 different directions.
Oh, true.
It's not that
Just
simple
hope they don't
anymore,
have seeds. I don't think people are going to bring seeds though.
I mean, maybe there's 2 seeds are goated.
Yeah, but I feel like most
yeah, I mean, we'll see, but
most PKers that are going to go and kill PVMers aren't expecting to need to seed. I'm sure you'll occasionally get someone that's doing that, but
yeah, that's the problem for me, right? Is that the possibility of someone having a brain and being a PKer is there. And as such, I simply do not want to interact with the content. Maybe that's just because my way of thinking is very risk averse when it comes to the wilderness and PvPing and etc. But it just seems unfeasible, which is why I'm not particularly against it anymore. But yeah, that was my only like real complaint, was just, it seemed dumb that you'd give GP, but that's just a reading issue. I can't read apparently, so
that's fine. Neither can I.
Yeah, I think this is probably fine. The only thing I have to add is so it's an opt-in system, right?
Yeah.
Why would you ever go here and not opt in? Nobody knows. Nobody knows if you haven't opt in, so now it's just more busy, and you might get killed more because it's impossible to know if you have or have not opted in. So you're just gonna get killed.
Yeah.
What's the point of it even being opt-in at that point, in my opinion?
Yeah, one thing also that I think should be brought up, and I hope Jagex addresses before they pull this, is that there's like 5 clue steps in that area.
True, but never. I was about to say none of them are in the agility course, but
no, there's like 2 inside.
Yeah, there's one at the end of the log balance, and there's one at the end of the rock steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I hope those get moved. Because...
Alternatively, use the idea that you had. Wilderness clues. Come on. I think it's a good idea. Then we wouldn't have to worry about the fucking hard clue step that is in the Chaos Temple being moved. We could just embrace those as dangerous steps because now we have wilderness clues.
Yeah.
And that's just how wilderness clues work. Some of them are dangerous. I think it's a cool idea. Just make it so it has like a couple of like funny cosmetic uniques that are themed around the wilderness, kind of like regular clues have. Nothing too like, it literally doesn't even need to have anything like useful other than just like the drop table has a bunch of blighted items and a couple like funny cosmetic items.
Yeah, I mean, also add another variant of the 3-tick weapons that people use for like Tob.
Yeah.
Because we have the Swift Blade for slash, the Ham Joint for crush. Give us a stab variant.
Give us a rapier.
Yeah.
Give us a little rapier.
Although I don't think they have attack bonuses.
No, but it would still be funny.
Yeah. Actually no, Swift Blade stab. So give us a slash variant.
Give us I don't know.
Yeah.
Give us like a falchion. I don't know.
Hell yeah. I mean, you can use the Swift Blade on slash, but its default options are all stab.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter. It's a meme weapon that is just used for 3-tick. Yeah, I still think that Wilderness Clues is a really good idea, because it may I say this, but I know that there's probably someone out there that disagrees with me. I don't think there is a single person that does clues that would be against the idea of Wilderness Clues.
No, yeah,
because it would just as long as they're implemented such that literally all they do is remove all the wilderness steps from regular clues, populate them into wilderness clues, and now those just exist with their own completely separate drop table.
Yeah. I forgot to mention this earlier. Yesterday, I unlocked the Yuri emote finally. And I had a hard clue, and I was like, I'm on step 5 or whatever. I'm gonna gamble that this is the last step, and I'm not gonna de-gear. I had like full crystal on my cannon on me, like all my runes and cannonballs and stuff. I'm like, okay, I only have to go to like 19 wilderness. This is fine. Surely I won't get another wildy step after this. The next step was wildy. I'm like, god damn it. So please, if hard clues could give you less wildy steps, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think that wilderness clues would just be a goated update.
Yeah. I definitely
There's plenty of
probably
opportunities
shouldn't
for
have
silly
brought
items.
like 50 mil risk to the wilderness.
I am using a time machine to kick your ass right now.
But yeah, I mean, I was hovered over that teleport button the whole time. It was just a dig step too, so I didn't have to kill anything. But yeah, I think that's enough about those changes. The other changes section, they have some interesting stuff here too. Some rapid fire minor tweaks. They want to make the respawn timer on most wilderness NPCs 9 seconds to reduce the downtime on wilderness slayer tasks. Awesome. See no reason not to do that. They want to add more bandits, dark warriors, rogues, onku, hellhounds, ice giants, and jellies. Awesome. Any monster where you're like struggling to like bunch them all up when you're barraging is super annoying, so it's nice that they're doing that. Every once in a while I'll do like some wilderness slayer, and like onku tasks are annoying because there's not enough in the area to like kill them with a venator bow or barrage them.
Yeah, onkus especially are really annoying.
Yeah. They want to move the furniture in the pirate's hideout so you can cannon them. Cool.
Neat.
I don't think I've ever done a pirate's task, but that's nice for people that do that. They want to add rune full helms, medium helms, scimitars, dragon longswords to the loot table of the high level members only bandits. Cool.
Sure.
I don't know if there's like any reason to kill bandits, and normally I think their loot table is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And they want to make coins more frequent as well.
Cool.
The really big changes are the last two. They want to increase the superior spawn rate by 10% if you're doing a Wilderness Slayer task, meaning Wilderness Slayer might become like the meta for grinding out an imbued heart on an Iron Man,
which I hate.
That's fair.
I would probably still vote yes to it, honestly, because it's only 10%. Like, yeah, it makes it better, and I think it's kind of interesting that it is an option. And 10% is not enough to make me care.
Yeah,
it's like, it's significant, don't get me wrong. I just don't care. And I'm sure there are people out there that do, and maybe that makes the wilderness more interesting and exciting. So sure, why not?
Yeah, it increases the chance of spawning them. What's their normal rate?
1 in
150?
Yeah, it's 1 in 200, right?
Yeah, 1 in 200 normally.
The diary. Or the
if you have the elite diary, it's a 1 in 150. Yeah, sorry. If you have the elite combat achievement, it is a 1 in 150, so it'd increase it to a
minus 15.
Yeah. So that's pretty nice.
So what, 35, 135, and then 180 without the combat achievements.
Yeah.
So it is
like, it's not a huge
significant, but not like extremely.
Yeah. And then the other change, this is actually something that'll affect me. Really?
Bro. It's not even that hard to get a new imbued god cape.
Allow players to purchase multiple imbued god capes for a cost of 500,000
That
GP.
is a scam, bro.
The current method will remain unchanged. So you can still go kill all 3 of the dudes in the wilderness.
No. You only have to kill 1 to reobtain.
Wait, really?
Yes. You only have to kill 1. The one that you want the god cape of. Which is why I say 500k is a fucking scam.
Okay, maybe that changes my opinion a little bit. I haven't made a max god cape.
You want to know why I know you only need to kill 1? It's because I lost mine during leagues. I lost it during Shattered Relics League, and I only had to kill 1 of those motherfuckers. Let me go double check this information, just to be sure. but I'm fairly confident that you only need to kill one of them, specifically to reobtain capes.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I haven't done it because I thought you had to kill all 3. But maybe I'll go do that after we're done recording. Because I haven't made the Guthix God Cape max cape variant because that looks so
subsequent
bad.
imbues will only require the Justicier's Hand for the Saradomin cape, and then, you know, correlatively the other items for the other god capes.
Oh, okay. Shit, maybe I'll go do that then.
So, like I said, 500k is a fucking scam, bro. You are a clown if you're paying that much.
Well, so if you're like a high level PKer or something, you know, and you want to do, or even a PVMer, and you're doing Wildy content with an imbued God Cape, it can be kind of tedious to have to go kill a bunch of those. And if you have a bunch of GP to burn,
I mean, I guess, but 500k, man, that's not nothing. That's half a mil.
No, it's not nothing. Yeah, but yeah, maybe it's worth it.
Imagine if they were like, you can pay 500k to get a fucking fire cape.
I mean, I'm sure some people would do it.
I know, if under the premise that you have one, right?
Yeah, I will say though, you know, a fire cape can take a while.
Yeah,
to get,
exactly.
And
which is why I think it's not a terrible comparison.
Yeah, I can make more money per hour doing other content,
especially
instead of having to reobtain the fire capes.
Risk it.
Yeah, exactly. If I could spend, I mean, it doesn't take me an hour to do a fire cape, but let's just assume it takes me an hour. If it takes me an hour to do a fire cape, if I can make, you know, more than 500k an hour doing something else, then I'm better off doing something else.
Can.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could go do the Wildy bosses for like a few mil an hour. So and every time you die,
you know what I would pay 500k more for? A Vorkath head. I don't want to do Vorkath.
That's fair. I have so many Vorkath heads from grinding out Vorkath that I don't really care.
I don't like Vorkath. Like, the fight is fine. I just think it's boring. I'm just not entertained.
I think it's chill. I think that's just a two faces or two sides of the same coin.
Particularly against that fight, I just I don't find it entertaining to do.
Yeah, that's how I feel about God Wars Dungeon.
I agree. I also despise God Wars Dungeon.
Or learning DKs. I had a DKs task and I just sat on it for like 3 days.
I'm a fucking insane person. I like to like flick prayers and shit while I'm there. So
fuck that.
That's what makes it interesting to me.
I don't.
To some degree, that's what makes fun. To some degree, that's what makes God Wars Dungeon less awful for me. Is I like to flick the minions after I've killed the boss.
Yeah, no, I just face tank them.
Yeah, so that is flicking prayers and like doing it properly gives me a certain sense of satisfaction. So I find that interesting. But yeah, I have nothing against being able to purchase God capes for 500k. I just think it's a scam.
You know, fair. I think it's fine if people are given the option, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad option. In fact,
I don't think
make it a mill. Fuck them.
That's a little much.
Fuck them. Make it 5 mil. Fuck it. Make it a bill.
That's a little much.
Fuck them.
I don't know.
What? 2 point whatever the heck bill. Max cash.
No. I'm sure someone out there would be willing to pay that. I'm sure at least one player would do it.
I'm sure someone would. Yeah, no, I don't have a particular issue with it. I just think that you're kind of a clown if you do it. Like, obviously, you know, like you said, rich motherfuckers that can, you know, spend the, like, maybe 10, 20 minutes that you would spend killing the boss and returning, doing something more productive with a god cape on. Sure, maybe. But that just seems somewhat implausible. But I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, that is the end of the first section of this podcast.
Wow.
We're going to go to break here. But first, a word from our sponsors. This week's episode is sponsored by the Redwood Tree, home of all the AFKing Maxcapers. Come AFK for a pretty slow chance of getting your beaver pet. Surely I will not be forsaken by RN Jesus.
This podcast is also sponsored by the Caramblon spot, where more people than I would have thought keep getting the heron pet. I keep seeing posts about it, man.
That's where I got one of mine.
I know you got one there. I got mine there. I saw Snoop got one, a dupe one there. Like,
yeah, I got my dupe heron at the
you got one at
Caramblonji
as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I got one at Caramblonji. That was my first one.
I don't know. Like, it's not even that good a rate, but I've seen a bunch of them now. I guess just because it's a popular spot. But
yeah,
go on over there, do some like 5-10 minute, I don't remember how long, AFK sessions, then go to a bank and deposit some and just repeat that process forever. Maybe you'll get a heron along the way. If not, you'll still have a bunch of Caramblons. It's not bad.
This week's episode is also sponsored by our patrons over on Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, they help support the show. And at the $2 tea drinker tier, we have Dan, Dinosaur, Gothpout, M. Scotty, SF Serenade, Sudtone, Swole's Crippling BA Addiction, Taco Mania, and at the $5 tea enthusiast tier, we have Sam Thompson and Soggy Waffles. And at the $10 tea aficionado tier, our cutest patrons around, we have Cloud Kicker, Drum TXT, and Layslayer. Thank you for supporting the show. Do you need to take a break, or just
I need just a couple chips here real quick. A little snack that.
What are you, fucking Light from Death Note?
Huh? I
take a chip and I eat it.
I have not seen or read, so
no. It's such a stupid scene. I won't say you're watching this right now.
The only Death Note thing I've seen is the shitty fucking Netflix adaptation that we all watched.
Why the fuck is that?
Knowing that it was shitty.
Okay, here you go. You have to watch this now. It's sending for some reason very slowly.
Why is there a TV in his chip bag? I like his Casio branded TV, little mini TV.
Yeah.
I believe that is a Casio reference, I would assume. Anyways, that's an interesting scene.
It's so stupid. It's such a good anime though. You should definitely watch it.
There's a lot of good like olderish anime that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Death Note is probably
up,
one of my favorites, honestly. It's really good. And it doesn't last fucking forever. They end it when they should have.
Yeah, I appreciate animes that have like 4 seasons.
Yeah, I think Death Note's 2 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, it really just depends, how the story runs out. Like, I don't have anything against anime that are just strictly 1 season, one and done. It just wraps up and that's it. Like, cool, I like that. But I also
I lied. It's 1 season, but it's very long. It's 37 episodes.
Okay, so it's 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Because normal season is 12 episodes, so we can just pretend like it's 3 seasons. Yeah, no. I never watched a lot of older anime like, Death Note, Evangelion, Dragon Ball. I never watched any Dragon Ball. Never seen a single episode of Dragon Ball in my life.
Bro, you haven't seen Dragon Ball? That's fine. I haven't seen Evangelion. I need to watch that. Especially since we've been doing a lot of Lancer and stuff. And Evangelion's the mech one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have not seen Naruto, any of Naruto.
I watched Naruto when it was coming out. I didn't get super far into it.
The one thing I have always wanted to watch that I never saw was I don't, and it's not anime, but it's Last Airbender.
You haven't watched Avatar?
Nope, I've never seen a single episode of Avatar.
Bro, I'm putting this in the podcast. People are gonna put you on blast.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't watch a lot of that shit growing up.
Well, now's your chance.
Pretty much all I ever watched growing up was like random shit on either Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, and it never happened to be
Okay,
Last Airbender.
here's the thing that's gonna put me on blast. I really liked Legend of Korra. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
A lot of Avatar fans don't like it.
Really, I've
Yeah.
only ever heard praise of that, but I also, I don't go online. I just basically everybody that's in our friend group, if I've ever asked about it, people are like, yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it. I was talking to Chris a while back and he didn't like it. So that's the one friend I know that doesn't like it. I haven't talked to anyone else really about it, but
I think I've talked to.
I watched it when it was coming out and I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I've only heard good things about it, so I don't know. You know what I haven't heard good things about? The fucking live action Avatar. The old one and the new one.
Okay, yeah, the M. Night was not well received.
And I don't think this new one is being received well either.
I've seen mixed reviews of it, and it seems like people that aren't familiar with Avatar enjoyed the live action, but those that are familiar do not like it. So.
Well, at least it's doing better than the Halo show in that case. Because the Halo show, people that watch Halo, or people that played Halo, I mean, I guess also watched it. There's cutscenes.
Yeah.
But people that are involved in Halo lore in all of its forms hated it. And people that were not involved in Halo lore at all also hated it. It was just a bad show. Which is why it just baffles me that there's a second season at all.
I don't want people like when I saw
people kept being
that there was a second season.
Bro,
I was just like
being like, "Oh, maybe it'll be good." I'm like, "There's no way. There's literally no way. You're getting baited into watching this, and they're gonna make money off of it again."
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like everything I saw was that it was bad. I watched one episode and I was like, "This is terrible."
One trailer for the second season. I was like, "Oh, he still has his helmet off." I still don't care.
Yeah. Like
I don't understand the obsession.
It's just not who Master Chief is.
I just don't understand the obsession with Hollywood and taking masks off. Listen, I get it. You got to pay a lot of money for your actor and like whatever. But one of the praises I heard about The Mandalorian was that he keeps his helmet on a lot, and that's Pedro Pascal. That's not nobody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't watched The Mandalorian. I've only seen like a little bit of reviews of it, but I've actually been. My parents have Disney Plus, so I was thinking about watching specifically The Mandalorian because I've just heard so many good things about it, and Andor. I think it's Andor.
Oh yeah,
I've heard
good things about both of those.
Andor is made by the same guy that made Rogue One, and Rogue One was probably my single favorite piece of Star Wars media that's come out of like all the new stuff. I thought Rogue One.
That
was
guy
really
just
good.
came out with a new movie, right?
Did he? I don't know anything about him. I just know that he made Rogue One, and I was like, wow, I actually really like this.
It's Gareth Edwards, and he just came out with The Creator, and it is. I've seen a little bit about it. The visual effects in that movie are fucking insane. With like not even that high of a budget. It had an $80 million budget, which like that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
but it punches so high above its weight class.
Interesting.
It is insane. It's a robot movie, and
I assume with him being the director, it probably takes kind of like a darker, more grounded reality feel kind of thing. Because that's what I really liked about Rogue One is it didn't feel as like kind of. I know a lot of people don't like it when Star Wars gets described like this, but Star Wars is fantasy. Okay.
Yeah, it's science fantasy.
It's science fantasy, which I love, but it's true. But Rogue One felt more sci-fi than sci-fantasy, which I appreciated to a degree. I thought it was really an interesting take on the universe, the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, so I'm posting some screenshots for Bird to look at, but The Creator is like this robot sci-fi movie about like a war or something. I'm not super sure. I've just seen some like fight scenes in it.
Those are cool designs.
Yeah. And they did they had kind of like a unique approach to how they did the visual effects, like the robots. They didn't put anyone in like mocap suits or anything. They didn't put like visual dots on people. They kind of just, decided sort of in the moment who was going to be a robot when they were doing the visual effects.
So they just like replaced people with CGI.
So like the actors, yeah, they like they replace parts of them with CGI. Yeah.
Interesting. So like I assume you might not know the answer, but like those police forces, those are just robots. I wonder if they filmed those as people, and then we're just like,
those
nah,
are
these are
people.
CGI now. Or were
Yeah,
they
from
in
my
like
understanding,
in costume?
I watched an interview with the creator on the Corridor Digital channel,
okay,
and that's
interesting.
what it sounded like they did. So
Huh.
I'll link that video in the description if anyone wants to see what we're talking about. It's a good video.
Yeah,
I recommend
I might have
watching
to go
it.
see this. I've been thinking about doing some movie excursions because I want to go see Dune 2 as well.
Oh, I heard it's really good.
I literally have heard nothing about it, but the first one was just such an interesting film from both a filmmaking perspective and like a take on the Dune universe that I just want to see the second one just to see how they continue with it, because I have actually read Dune, just the first book. I haven't read any of the other ones because there are many, I think.
I haven't read any of them,
But that was one of the ones I read in high school, and I won't say that I liked the book, but I liked the world, which is like a weird concept. But like the only reason I kept reading it was like I was fascinated with the universe that it was set in. I thought the world building was kind of interesting, but the writing style kind of bored me from time to time.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's fair. A lot of sci-fi can be kind of
I also
up its
just
own ass.
am like not a big book reader.
I
never have been.
When I was in like middle school, I would devour like 2 books a day, like full fucking books. And then like high school comes around and I start reading a little bit less, but I'm still doing like a book a week freshman and sophomore year. And then as school went on, I just kind of started reading less and less.
Yeah, I just never liked reading books.
I started picking up reading a little bit more.
My
but
brother
not as much as I'd like.
reads a lot. My mom reads a lot. My dad not so much. I think I lean towards more the side of my dad, where I'm not a big book enjoyer.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I am like it's weird because, you know, I wouldn't consider myself a story writer by any means, but you know, I got big dreams of being a game developer, and over my many years of existing, I've like created a world of my own in my head that I would like to make a reality. So I would say that, you know, media in general, and to some degree books alongside like movies and games and stuff, have definitely inspired me to want to make things. So I don't know. It's a weird thing where you'd think I'd like books because I like immersing myself in strange worlds, and books can do that, but never really hit for me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we both are DMs for D&D.
Yeah, true.
Like we tend to create our own worlds homebrew rather than running pre-mades, just because like it's fun to do that, and it's a nice creative outlet. And like I've you know gotten into Lancer lately. You know, won't shut up about how good that game is, but like a lot of it is just because of how cool the world is. Like I went and I bought the DM PDF just so I could read the lore.
Yeah,
like,
I
I
still
didn't
know
even care.
nothing
Like,
about the lore. I'll be real.
Yeah, at the
I know
time
very, very
that I
little.
bought it, I had zero intent to actually like run games. I was just like, I want to read this because like they mention NHPs, non-human persons, in a section, and then they're like, go read this other page if you want to read more about them. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I do. But that other page doesn't exist in the player-facing book, so I got baited into going to buy the DM version. And like the NHP lore is so fucking cool. Anyways, let's get back onto our regularly scheduled broadcast of talking about RuneScape.
Guys, what if you could put an update in the game? You could just do it. You could just put it there.
Quality of life update, no poll. And this is where we reveal I was being a little tricksy with this question. We asked this question with the intent of judging whether or not these updates are going to be EasyScape.
You will be judged.
Yeah.
We will be judging you. Where did you put the? I already lost the.
It's pinned.
There it is. Okay, I found it.
Yeah. I think we start with Twitter.
I'm just gonna start with the TNL one because the first response we got, I'd make the gold bucket helm the most valuable item in the game.
Hell yeah.
This would be a great addition to the game. I think that gold bucket helms should own. If you try to sell them on the GE, they have to sell for max cash. This sounds like a great addition. Anyways, we can look at some real ones from wherever you want. I just thought that was funny.
No, we can continue with the TNL stuff because we're
all right. Well, the next one is Trickster boots from leagues for AFK agility. So
yeah. So for those of you that don't know, those boots are basically just the Silver Hawk boots from RS3.
And I think even this is the definition of EasyScape.
Yeah, even if they still had the requirement of having to charge them with feathers, no fucking thank you.
Bro, even if they gave you one
I hate agility.
Even if they gave you 1 XP every like fucking 30 minutes, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, the most efficient thing to do is as soon as you have the ability to purchase Silverhawk boots, you buy them, you never take them off, and you just do everything else with those boots on.
The boot slot isn't that valuable.
No.
Let's be real for a second here. The best you can do is get a single max hit for melee, and like maybe another one if you get all the way up to prims. Probably not though, because it's only a +1 strength. And then range and mage boots are kind of a joke. So
yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
Free agility XP would probably be BIS.
Yeah, it would be the most efficient method of training agility is just passively.
And that is
because like you already see it a lot. Like the EHP methods are like, oh, do like agility alking. Magic is passive XP, or like hunter is passive XP, or whatever other method. Like no, thank you.
The next one is the gnome cube.
Well, yeah, there's another one. Boss themed agility gear, like the Slayer helm has. That's not really a quality of life update. We got a lot of replies that weren't quality of life stuff, so we won't judge that whether or not it's EasyScape. That is just a good idea though. More agility gear.
Does agility gear just mean graceful recolors? Because
I assume so.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. If we keep adding fucking graceful recolors to the game, we're going to need a different system on like how you apply graceful recolors. Because I can't keep buying fucking graceful outfits.
Yeah, you can't afford all the marks of grace.
Listen, man, we're going to need some way of like allowing them to be permanent unlocks that you can then...
I imagine it would be like a Slayer helm where you purchase it with Slayer points.
Yeah, and then you can like dismantle it in order to get the thing back that you had to...
Yeah, I assume you would literally be applying like a boss head to your agility, to your graceful.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but adding this many goddamn fucking transmogs to the same armor set is getting a little old.
That's
like,
fair.
Listen, I get it. The graceful set is just like universally applicable, but goddamn, it's got so many. Anyways, Gnome Cube.
Yeah, the Save A special, the Gnome Cube.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think Gnome Cube is fine. It makes things easier. I don't think it's EasyScape.
Yeah, it does in fact make the game easier, and if that is your qualification for what EasyScape is, by all means call it EasyScape. But that is not my definition for what EasyScape is. I think the Gnome Cube makes tick manipulation ever so slightly more accessible to those that are not really that good at whatever thing that they're clicking on, be it making a mahogany stock, which is my thing of choice, or
I think we should,
or
by
whatever.
the way, should probably say who's saying these ideas.
I was just going through them, but
Scooby had the idea for the gold helm and the boss agility gear. Ben or Lotzi had the trickster boots idea, and random person, also known as Jack, had the Gnome Cube idea. He also has an idea for the RS3 hotbar to be added. which is basically just the ability to bind prayers, consumables, or dropping items to keybinds. And I have mixed feelings on that.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of being able to, like, in the first thing that comes to mind, gonna sound weird, Terraria. In Terraria,
Yeah.
you can
No,
bind.
I get what you mean.
You can bind a button to health potion
Heal.
and mana potion,
Yeah.
and it will just. Well, I guess it is heal because if you don't have potions, it'll use like a mushroom or something. But it will just use the best healing thing in your inventory,
Mm-hmm.
and if that, I think that's EasyScape.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, thinking about it, like it's kind of cool. It's like, ooh, but it's you still
even
are
for
pressing buttons to do
prayers,
it.
Like,
but
I don't know.
yeah, for prayers, like you could easily prayer switch without like any mouse person. Like, I don't.
Specifically for prayers, I think I'd be fine with it being in the game, but I wouldn't understand why you would do it.
If I could just press P for piety or whatever, or that's a bad example. That's really far away from my
But yeah,
other buttons.
That's the thing. Like, you'd start playing fucking StarCraft. You'd have to press so many buttons.
Yeah, but if I could bind ZCX to magic ranged melee, I would do that in a heartbeat. Holy shit.
It'd be kind of cool. Specifically for prayers, I don't know why, but it sounds kind of cool. But for like inventory stuff,
cool, but
it sounds like it would be like complicated and weird, and also like I don't know.
Thinking about it for more than like 5 seconds, I'm like, man, that would make
it would be a
things
drastic
lot
change
easier.
to the game.
Yeah,
Probably.
Even if it's not EasyScape, I don't want it in the game.
Yeah. I could probably agree.
Corkster wants the 9mm revolver added back.
So based. So
very
true.
based.
Give it to Jad.
Yeah. Avengor says double agility XP, don't at me.
I mean, that's EasyScape. However,
that is EasyScape.
Maybe rebalance just how much agility XP you get from stuff.
Yeah,
it's just a slow skill for no reason.
I think bumping up the agility XP by some percentage would be fine. I don't know about
double, maybe 100%
a bit much, increase, but yeah. Roy,
maybe, hopefully
says,
I do hope that'll be a part of Project Rebalance. Maybe they'll look at the numbers for some skills.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Roy says create a shop interface for everything that can be bought through dialogue, and I agree. That'd be very nice.
Yeah, I think you could argue EasyScape for this one, but I would disagree.
Yeah,
it's just annoying.
It's just like there's nothing in the game that I don't think it would be like that broken to be able to buy via an interface rather than having to dialogue option through it,
Like, I think you can buy there's like some weird thing you can buy for cheaper if you use dialogue that's like somewhat useful, but like not by much, and you could just give it a stock. So yeah, I think that would be fine.
Yeah. Otis says the ability to have a coin pouch or the ability to pay for a one-time pass into the desert instead of having to continue, or like a unlimited pass into the desert instead of having
I'm just saying,
carry
finish the Elite Diary. It's really not that hard.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think that it is weird that it is the Elite Diary that gives that bonus. I think
it should be a lower tier.
I've always felt that should be on hard, and then Elite should make it so that you just don't take a desert heat at all. You don't need to wear the amulet.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that one is specifically tied to having to wear the amulet. Like, maybe you still have to wear the amulet.
The Desert Diary in general just kind of feels like
it's always been
rewards
a little
are
weird.
At bad tiers.
Yeah, they finally adjusted the KQ ones a while back, but there's some other stuff that still just feels odd. I'd have to go look at it, but
because like there's so many. By the time that you have the Elite Desert Diary, you have teleports into the desert.
Yeah,
like I've almost never had to run through Shanty Pass.
Yeah, there's like, rare times that I do now where it's like, haha, I have the Elite Diary done. Get fucked, stupid guard. I'm gonna just fucking walk through here, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but it's just like I can teleport to Narda. I can teleport directly to Polnevich with the construction cape. You can take the fairy ring to Uzer, you know, like there's or the fairy ring to KQ. Like there's I can't remember the last time I actually had to run through the Shanty Pass. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I think
There's also the desert amulet to the Calphite Slayer area.
Yeah, I think the only times I've done it recently were in leagues.
Yeah, that was like I was like, oh no, I used it recently, and I was like, no, I didn't. I did it in leagues. That doesn't count.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think we need the coin pouch. For some reason, that just screams EasyScape to me, but I think that's just because haha, it's in RS3.
Yeah, I think they've already solved the coin pouch problem by letting you just use your bank GP at the GE.
A lot of things, and like paying for death fees as well. It just arrives from your bank.
Every other case, just have the GP on you. Really, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think there's very many shops that are not near a bank. So, and I think there's some shops in the wilderness too that like it would kind of be busted if you could just. Actually, is there any shops in the wilderness?
Yeah, there's that general store that you can sell to that gives alk value.
Yeah, okay. If you could sell to that shop and all the GP would just go to an invisible coin pouch, that'd be kind of broken.
Yeah, I think it's an unnecessary change.
Yeah. The other suggestion, which I'm going to call out, is not a quality of life update. But you know, a cool content update regardless is voiceover quests.
I don't want it.
I know RS3 did it, and some people have mixed feelings.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
It's the same reason that I would never listen to an audiobook of a book that I've read in the past. I have a voice.
The voices would be different.
I have the voices in my head. I don't want that to change ever.
It's why I never want to see the faceless YouTubers that I watch do face reveals, because then it ruins my imagined face for them. Yeah, but I think I also wouldn't want Jagex to spend time doing that.
True. Dev time.
I know there was someone working on AI generated voices for quests. I think that's the extent that I'd want it in the game, is just like a plugin that does it.
Dude, imagine you could get AI generated voices for quests, and you could just like pick from like a list of fucking like celebrities and be like, all right, this guy is this celebrity. That would be so funny. And also fucked up because AI. But you know, AI, the whole AI thing. I'm gonna keep this brief because this is like a whole.
Just make everyone Chris Pratt.
I'm gonna keep this brief because it's a whole rabbit hole. But the AI thing of like people being against AI, it feels like it's going to fall into the hole of like privacy being dead, and just like nobody cares anymore. That's how it feels to me.
Yeah,
it's going to become a doomer thing where it's just so unavoidable that it's just going to be fucked, and everybody's just going to live with it, which is sad, but I feel it is unfortunately true.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's not talk about that. I don't know why I felt the need to talk about that.
AI gloom and doom. Let's instead talk about Meatwagon's suggestion of sippable potion barrels in the POH. Basically, you'd be able to fill barrels in your POH, probably in like the kitchen or something, and you could sip them, and it would be like pre-potting in your house. I don't think this is necessarily a bad idea, although I think most people would still just keep the pre-pots in their bank because, you know, I'm not going to POH teleport to pre-pot at Chambers or at TOA, you know?
Does it... I kind of phased out for a second there. Does it act as like an infinite potion?
No, you'd have to fill it.
Oh. Then yeah, that I don't think that's EasyScape. I think that's fine. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever use it. I think it's...
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of annoying. Most of the places that you're pre-potting have a bank at them already, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I would not be opposed to that being in the game, but it feels kind of redundant and unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's move on to Petscape.
Whoa. Things are going to be a little more unhinged here, I feel.
Yeah, the Petscape guys had some meme replies, which we'll get through early on, and then we'll get some more serious ones afterwards.
Oh, forced integration of podcasts from our boy
Fletch
Melee.
wants a podcast to be force integrated. So you log into the game, and there'll be a fourth audio slider that's forced on, cannot be turned off, and it plays Guthix Rest on loop.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't play Guthix Rest necessarily. It can be any podcast even. It just Fletch just said forced integration of podcasts. So,
Yeah, but I was reading into it a bit. He
really, you could play any podcast you want, but you have to. You have to play a podcast.
Not EasyScape should be added to the game. Maury wants auto clickers or the auto alker like RS3 has. And he was memeing about this. Apparently,
like I said,
there's a
unhinged
machine.
Suggestions.
Yeah, apparently there's a machine in RS3 that alks for you.
Wow.
Like overnight.
Amazing. That sounds like
What
some
the
mobile
fuck?
game shit, bro.
Yeah. Memes aside, he wants the Mage Cape to get 10 swaps instead of 5. Or, as Burbo suggested, the ability to infinitely swap it outside PvP.
Yeah. This is Mm-hmm. I think that
I
all
don't
of the
necessarily think it's a bad idea.
I think all of the limited use skill capes, regardless of how they are, how the balance works, it doesn't stop it from being frustrating that it is limited use.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they could somehow make sure,
I think
I'm pretty sure they could
really,
track uses during PvP. So
Mhm.
just make it so it just has PvP specific charges, because that's the only reason that it's a problem. Make it so you can't do it in the middle of combat, and make it so you can't it only has a limited number of charges specific. Maybe that's it, right? It gets infinite uses outside of combat, just combat in general, but limited during. So however the fuck many per day.
Maybe.
Because then also you stop people from
If
doing
that was the
weird
case, I think it
spellbook
should
swap
still be limited to
strats
5.
in weird PVM scenarios. I don't know
Yeah.
where the fuck you'd do that, but
use spellbook swap in PVM?
yeah, in the middle of combat.
Oh, in the middle of combat? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anywhere.
It's usually outside of combat.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do it in the middle of a fight in Chambers. I know that's the big place people use spellbook swap.
Yeah, because you swap to standards to kill Ice Demon.
Yeah. Okay.
And
and you probably
actually
aren't doing that in the middle of
definitely
fighting
needs to
Ice
be
Demon.
in limited in combat, actually, because you could be fucking on some insane shit and swap spellbooks all the time to summon thralls and then use a different spellbook.
Spellbook swap, summon thrall. Spellbook swap, venge. Spellbook swap, cast your.
Yeah, you could do some fucking crazy shit if you wanted to.
Cast your fire.
You'd have
surge,
to carry so many fucking runes, but you could go crazy if you really wanted to. So yeah, probably definitely limit that for in combat. But I do think outside of combat, infinite would be nice. I don't even have a mage cape, but that just sounds nice. I like that.
Burbo said he wants birdhouse runs, but for rune crafting.
Literally just EasyScape.
Literally just EasyScape.
And he knows it, but he wants it anyways.
Yeah, I can understand why you'd want that. Rune crafting fucking sucks.
Solution: make the skill not suck as much.
Yeah, I don't think the solution is add birdhouse runs, because I fucking hate birdhouse runs.
Yeah, and that's why the Hunter Guild is theoretically a good idea. We still haven't seen the full implementation of it. I'm getting more and more worried about it every time I see it. But the idea of just going into a skill and being what if it didn't suck as much? That just needs to happen more.
Yeah. Icy has a suggestion that I don't understand why it's not already in the game. If you die at Tob, or if you forget to loot, and you go to enter the door, instead of having to run all the way back to the chests, just have the pop-up appear, like Chambers' Eric has.
So true.
Also, add it to TOA. I shouldn't have to go run to the little, niches on the wall. It's far shorter of a run, but shouldn't have to do it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Actually, that's
Yeah.
EasyScape. I can't believe that you don't want to run. This game is getting
Oh,
way too
shit.
easy.
Yeah.
You missed life suggestion somewhere to make all quest rewards XP lamps.
Oh, yeah. I did miss that. That's not a serious answer, but definitely EasyScape.
What do you mean?
And,
That's not EasyScape. It literally affects nobody. You can still just get the XP, bro.
I also missed Fletch's answer for more bank space for UIMs.
That should be added immediately.
No pull.
Yeah, true. They should just have maximum bank space. But as soon as you de-iron in any way, it's all gone. You're back to having normal bank space.
Ransom Graham has a reply, but I just clicked on his username here. He has the fucking the actual Discord name rule34.xxx.
Yeah, Rans is an interesting character.
I've never talked to this man in my life. I've never been in a voice chat with him. I see him in Petscape a lot though. But he suggests removing the delay after looting urns in Pyramid Plunder. And this is EasyScape, but please fucking add it. Pyramid Plunder is so annoying.
It is EasyScape. Maybe just like reduce the amount of time, by like a couple ticks, because holy Christ, the animation is so long.
You sit there for so long.
So
oh my god.
long. Yeah, maybe like remove the animation delay, but like reduce the amount of XP to keep the XP per hour the same. But then like that it affects the theoretical time to get a Pharaoh's Scepter while still looting, but like who cares even? I don't think that should matter at all. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it would make like thieving.
I would just love
the reason
to not go ouch, ouch,
Yeah.
ouch, 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 being stunned over and over again.
The reason Pyramid Plunder is good is because it's not regular thieving. It sucks less than regular thieving. But it's still fucking
sucks.
Annoying because of this specifically. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I am not highly against this idea, but obviously there would be some XP per hour concerns wrapped up in that.
Yeah, absolutely. In the final answer, I think the next day after I posted this was dumb herblore guy, also known as UIM herblore, says that you should be able to keep your untrimmed skill cape if you trimmed one skill issue, but if you kept it untrimmed, it's grandfathered. So you never have to like do tricks to like drop.
There's going to be some people that'll be like pissed about this, but I think that this should happen.
The best time to implement this
is now.
Was years ago. The second best time is now.
Yes. The longer this goes, the worse it gets. Just fucking add this to the game.
Yeah.
I
just,
listen.
Rip that bandage off. Jagex.
I have an untrimmed skill cape on 3 accounts. One of them has no other 99s and is a dead account, and I have no idea how to access it. The other 2, I have actually gotten other 99s and have gone through the process. And yeah, sure, it's gotten easier because now we have like weird death storage. You can literally send an untrimmed cape to like Death's domain. Things in Death's domain never go away unless you cap out the amount of items. I think you can hold like 100 items. So unless you cap out the items in there by sending stuff to Death's domain and not reclaiming them, they just stay there forever.
Do I have anything in Death's domain?
So I have put 3 untrimmed runecraft capes in there, and they're just in there. They'll just never be trimmed.
That's pretty nice, but you shouldn't have to go through.
But yeah, it's still just like a pain in the ass to do this anyways. Untrims are like kind of cool, and like there's gonna be some weird ass people that'll be mad about it, but it's completely harmless. It's a harmless update.
Okay. I have 7 things in Death's domain. Desert Amulet 4, 2 house tabs, Gommel's Hilt 3, Ring of Recoil, 3 4-dose brews, a 1-dose brew, and a 1-dose restore. I'll just claim that.
Huh.
And I'll be on my way.
Sounds like you like died at God Wars dungeon once and wanted your shit back and you were just sick of it. And just didn't take everything or something.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Why do I have a desert amulet on me though?
Narda teleport as your escape telly? I don't know. You have house tabs too, so I don't know. Maybe those are separate deaths?
I remember. I was doing something where I was getting skulled, and I wanted to remove my skull, so I Gommel Hilt teleported there. Forgot to like bank first, died with this stuff, and then was too lazy to go back. I Gommel Hilt teleported to just die from the trolls. Because I put zero thought into like how to die quickly.
Epic. Anyways, yeah, so there's gonna be some weird ass motherfuckers out there that are like, oh, keeping your untrimmed skill cape is only cool because you have to do some stupid weird bullshit. No, it's not. Like that doesn't make it any cooler.
Not hard
like
to keep it untrimmed.
It's like, oh wow, you did that. I'm sure that was mildly annoying. It's not like impressive. People are just like, oh, that's neat that you did that. I didn't bother.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, this should just be in the game.
Exactly. And then we have some replies in our own Discord in the Guthix Rest server, which, by the way, if you're not in the Guthix Rest server, you should join.
Wow.
That way you don't miss questions like these.
Yeah. Because we'll probably ask more because we want to stretch out the runtime of episodes on weeks like this that aren't like crazy by any means.
Yeah. So just for some transparency, I think going forward, we'll ask a question like this every once in a while. And we might not get to the replies right away. We'll keep it in our back pocket for weeks like this where there's like no update.
And so if you haven't heard us
Bird hasn't been playing RuneScape.
If you haven't heard us answer the question yet, and we've asked the question like 3 weeks ago, but we still haven't responded to it, you can still answer it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll also like put a message in the Discord when we're about to record and reply to the question because, you know, give you a little last chance. But the first reply in the Guthix Rest server is from the best player in the game, a guy named Sparre. And he says that essence pouches should no longer degrade. This should be immediately added.
All right, here's the thing. What does the Runecraft cape do now? I want to know. Because I'm not against this, right?
Yeah.
I just want to know what the Runecraft cape does now.
So, I mean, you can make it so like your pouches hold more or something.
Okay. All right, bet. Mr.
Mr.
Knight immediately
Knight
says give more runes. I'm okay with this.
You can do that.
Because what is the percentage that the Raiment to the Eye gives? Isn't it like 70 or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's like a weird amount, I remember. 60%.
60.
So hear me out. Runecraft cape, 40%. Make it so we get double.
So you end up getting double.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now listen, 40% in one slot is kind of crazy. But that
is kind of crazy.
I have always been of the idea that the amount of runes you get from runecrafting right now is pathetic. So this is one solution that isn't very good. The other solution is the one that I've talked about many times, which is just rework how the multi-rune crafting works. And then maybe, you know, runecrafting cape only gives like another 10 or 20%.
Or how about runecrafting cape makes it so that if you do cast or if you do multi-rune crafting or combination rune crafting, not multi.
You don't need an amulet thing.
You don't need an amulet and you don't have to cast the spell.
Ooh. That's actually kind of nichely goated. I think that alone wouldn't be good enough. I think in combination with like a 10% rune bonus or like the increased essence pouch capacity or something. I think alone multi-rune crafting without needing to cast the spell and always succeeding, not needing the amulet, is like too niche, like not quite applicable enough to the entire skill.
There's not a lot of people that would be doing combo rune crafting post 99, but you know, in case you are, you know,
Mr. Knight also suggests right now could be broken but teleports to any altar. My counterpoint, instead of teleports to any altar, teleport to the center of the abyss that is limited.
Oh,
because then it becomes a clue teleport as well.
Yeah, like 5 daily teleports or something.
Which I think is interesting.
That could be nice. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think pouches should degrade. I think it's obnoxious. I don't think it adds anything to the skill. It breaks up the flow of it, you know?
Yeah, I've always just kind of dealt with it, so I've never really had an issue with it. But it is kind of dumb, and feels like kind of a useless addition to just kind of make a tedious skill more tedious, because that's just kind of what they did back then, is they just made things tedious.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not particularly opposed to that.
When were essence pouches added to the game? Small pouch,
like
2005. Yeah, so like it's just that's what the game was like back then, you know.
But now we like to have, or at least try to have fun. So
yeah, exactly. Birdfacts, the worst player in RuneScape, suggests that there should be gear and inventory loadouts that you can equip from your bank. So, like how you can swap out your runes in your rune pouch now, you'd be able to click a button and it would auto gear you and auto like fill your inventory.
This is a great idea.
I agree. It is a great idea. It's definitely gonna make things a little more efficient. Don't get me wrong.
But what's wrong with that? Nobody's like,
yeah, I think that's fine.
Like, I'm sure there are people out there that say this, but they're few and far between that say, wow, you're so good at banking. Nobody fucking cares.
No one says that.
No one says literally that. Nobody cares if you're good at banking. Okay? I'm just going to say it. And like half the reason you're probably good at banking is because you use fucking customizable bank tags.
Yeah.
And you can just click all of the things in order.
There's a reason like
and 99% I'm just gonna say it.
of PVMers use it.
I'm just going to say it. It's just inventory loadouts with a few extra clicks for each item. Just put it in the game.
I agree. Random person who is also over in TNL as Jack, they replied to our message over in the Guthix Rest server, and they want to add WASD style movement. So you don't have to use your mouse. You can WASD around.
Listen, I think this is a fucking weird idea, but I see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if you could do it.
I also,
it'd be a little weird.
This brings me to a side tangent that goes along with this. Make the key remapping that's in RuneLite just a normal fucking thing. Why do the keys have to be bound to the F keys right now? What the fuck? Why do I need a plugin to make it so I can use any button I want?
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Just make it so I can press any button. And, you know, if the WASD thing is introduced, make it so I can rebind those as well.
Yeah, let me bind it to IJKL.
Yeah, fuck it. Let me bind it to QEWS.
QEW.
Some people do that.
Why?
So if you put your hand on WASD, right? Like you put your middle finger on W.
Yeah, I can.
Your fingers are kind of more on Q and E. Now, I don't do it.
Yeah,
I still am a WASD enjoyer, but I understand why some people do that. I don't think it's ridiculously weird.
I don't think it's that weird, but I feel like you're losing the utility of Q and E being other buttons.
I would also agree to that. Anyways, WASD movement, I would never use it, and it seems not the greatest way to play this game. But sure, why not? And side tangent, buttons, rebinding, just in the game, do it.
Ninja Pig suggests that you should be able to rest at campfires to restore run energy. I thought they were going to do this. Why didn't they do this?
I don't even think you need to do it at a campfire. You should just be able to sit down. Maybe campfires increase it a little bit more.
We had this in RS2. Why can't we bring it back?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
And like the bard dudes, like, I don't know, maybe they feel out of place in old school. I don't know if they really would.
Cool.
But even if we don't add the bards, just let me sit and get some run energy back faster. Like I think we talked about this before. They talked about making it so you could like rest at a bar and end it in. Yeah. And it would just give you all your shit back. It would essentially act like a rejuve pool that you had to pay for. Which, like, I thought that was fine, but like also let me sit down. Like the only ever argument,
like, it'll still be more efficient to just sip a stamina pot. But like, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal if I can also just sit down.
And
Like if I'm stepping away from my PC for a minute, right click sit.
yeah, and also
It's some nice RP.
the cosmetic value of it. I just want to be able to sit down.
Yeah, it's cool.
Also, the only like argument I've ever been able to think of against this is like, oh, well, that would mean you could sit down in between kills at like God Wars dungeon bosses that you run at. Bro, who cares?
Yeah, who
That's
cares?
actually kind of cool in my opinion, that you can like spend your extra time sitting there to get a bit of extra run energy. I think that's funny. Anyways, yeah, I think at one point in my life of playing old school, I was against the idea of resting. I don't think so, but I think maybe that was a thing. But if that ever was a thing, what a fucking idiot I was at that time. Who cares, bro?
Yeah, fuck past you.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah. Past me thought forestry was a good update.
Yeah, I still think it's like fundamentally fine.
But it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it was just the mechanic bloat that just
how they implemented it.
It got more and more annoying.
I mean, I'm using a crystal felling axe right now, so like there's some parts of forestry that I think are okay.
They had some good ideas, but they just like had too many ideas and just let them all ride.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the thing that still just upsets me the most is just like the way that they described things in the polls and the fact that they didn't do the 2 betas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like a lot of this was preventable if we went back and reclarified on a lot of things on the wording in the polls, and also just had betas so that people could fuck around with it a bit and actually give a little bit of feedback that eventually got received, causing it to need like 600 updates outside of the part 1 and part 2 updates.
Forestry part 7. Let's go, boys.
Anyways, next.
Ninja Pig had another suggestion that if you attack Duke while he's channeling his eye attack, your attacks are guaranteed to hit because his big old stupid eyes open.
I've done Duke one time. I have no opinion on this.
I mean, it definitely makes the fight easier, but like also that's just kind of cool flavor, you know?
Yeah, would it make the fight more interesting? Is it like kind of risky to do that?
If you're not comfortable with the fight, you just hide as soon as you see the eye open, but you can get an attack in when the eye's open. You just can't be out during a certain tick, otherwise you'll die.
Yeah, I think it would probably be fine.
Probably
from what I remember, the eye attack isn't like extremely common.
No, you'll see
it occurs
a
on a cycle,
times.
But
yeah,
the extra free single hit those few times seems fine to me.
Yeah, it's not like it's granting you like a crit or something.
Yeah, it's not like a guaranteed max hit or anything.
Yeah,
it's just guaranteed hit. It'd be kind of neat.
Layslayer suggests he likes the idea of a trickster light that scales either level, kind of like box traps and hunter. At 50 thieving, 5 guaranteed pickpockets without fail, etc. Okay, so basically what he's saying is that as your thieving level increases, like the ability to place more box traps, your ability to thieve X number of times in a row would increase with just one click.
And I assume... Oh, okay, interesting. With one click. I think the way I'm reading this is...
No, okay, it's just guaranteed.
You would get like 5 guaranteed ones, and then you'd start rolling your random ones. And then when you got stunned, I assume those 5 guaranteed ones come back. So you'd be guaranteed a little bit more time between stuns, which I think is actually fine. Because that's my problem with thieving, is the mass amount of RNG and just getting stuck for so long at random intervals that sometimes are just back to back to back to back.
I wouldn't want the pickpocket to be guaranteed to succeed, but I would want it so that if you did fail, you didn't get stunned.
So like instead of guaranteed pickpockets, you have guaranteed stun resistance for X number of stuns.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally get stunned.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of just two ways of accomplishing the same thing.
Yeah, but I think it is an important distinction.
It'd be cool, well, because you also have like dodgy necklace and stuff.
Yeah, and that would work for after you're guaranteed. Well, actually, it would work in conjunction with it, because if your dodgy necklace procs and you don't get stunned, then it doesn't count for your free stun resistance. You know?
Honestly, the only reason I said that was because I was like, oh, it'd be cool if there was an animation that you did of like dodging when it happens. But then I was like, I thought the word dodging in my head, and then I was like, oh, dodgy necklace. It'd be cool if that had an animation too. But then there'd need to be like a way to distinguish which thing caused it.
I mean, you could add like a Elysian spirit shield, like woof effect off your necklace, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that either of those is fine. I agree with the sentiment that pickpocketing is just terrible. It just feels completely unfun to do.
I mean, it's probably why it's a major focus of Project Rebalance for the skilling section.
See, also, this is reminding me of the like handkerchief thing that you can do in Varlamore that they're adding, where you can like receive those things that allow you guaranteed pickpockets. I feel like that's kind of going in the same direction.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of complicated when they explained it. I've already forgotten how it works.
I believe literally all you do is you like get a thing from doing another activity. I think the like stealing artifacts type activity. You can get handkerchiefs from that. And then you can just essentially use those as a consumable to distract someone and allow you to get guaranteed pickpockets on them for a little bit.
And it works for everyone too, right?
It does.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So that kind of goes in the same direction, I think. So they're already thinking about this, it would seem to me.
Yeah. Like I said, though, I still think if they did have some mechanic where it's scaled, I would want it to be stun resistance rather than guaranteed successes. Because then it also would last longer, right? If you have 9 stun resistances and you're pickpocketing something a little bit lower level.
9, holy fuck.
Well, if you're 99, you know. Wait, do you guarantee pickpocket at 99 thieving with the cape on?
Not everywhere, thieving. I don't think.
Thieving cape. What's the thieving cape perk?
It is increased chance of pickpocket, so
okay. 10% chance. Yeah. So say you're 99 thieving and you're doing, I don't know, Vires, right? You're gonna get stunned like every other pickpocket there. But if you're doing like, let's just say you're 90 thieving and you're doing Arty Knights, right? Where you still have a small chance to get stunned. It'll last, you know, a long time before you actually get stunned. Versus if it's a guaranteed pickpocket, right? Then you're getting a lot more value at Vires or at Elves versus, you know, somewhere at like Arty Knights. That's just my 2 cents.
I don't know, but you're still getting a lot of value out of 9 fucking free no stuns at somewhere like Vires.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't know.
But you're still failing the pickpocket, so you're not getting anything out of it. You know?
See, I was not thinking of you are failing the pickpocket still.
No, you're failing it. Okay. Right? You're getting stunned. You don't get anything.
You're just not getting stunned. But you're still failing. Okay. All right, this is fine then. Yeah, I agree with this then.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're on my side now. The Mr. Knight says a night theme to the game would be nice. It would require a lot of graphical adjustments, but it would could add a lot of personality. I'm a little confused if this means like a night theme is in like
I think
what you'd see on a website.
Means like make the game nighttime. Like the weather is nighttime, because adding dark mode is not very difficult to add that, let's be honest. You just make the UI
I have a UI swap plugin. And I have it set to
he's in broadcasting mode. Chat. He confirms literally nighttime RuneScape.
Okay. I mean, here's a little spoiler.
Yeah, I suppose the HD client actually.
Yeah, the HD client, when that comes out, they can do that.
Yeah, you can change the essentially the time of day lighting. So they are kind of doing this. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I agree that it would be cool, and it is going to be cool hopefully when they add it. So
Jay Bogman suggests Barbarian Assault 2.
This would be goated. This is a goated suggestion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This would...
Hell yeah.
Okay. On a more serious note, I believe this is another thing that I've talked about before. Some kind of like role-based activity where you really have to like have a designated role and you do a certain thing during the activity, be it a raid or something more akin to like a mini game type
I'm really
thing,
surprised
like
it
Barbarian
hasn't
Assault.
been explored
Yeah.
more.
I would be very interested in that. I'm sure it would be difficult to design and make like properly goodly fun, but Barbarian Assault isn't that crazy. But you can, if you know what you're doing, you can actually get a pretty decent amount of fun value out of it, I think.
Yeah, I like Barbarian Assault as a
And I
mini
think with
game,
the game design principles that we have that are better than the ones that they had then, and the development tools that we have access to now, I think they could do something cool. And I hope that they do someday.
Yeah.
Barbarian Assault 2. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah. I was on the RS3 wiki because I searched Barbarian Assault 2 just to make sure they didn't already have it. Jesus Christ, they redesigned the monsters there. They are fucking horrifying looking. The Penance Healer is a thing of nightmares.
Yeah, they made a lot of things look fucking
look
weird.
like? 1 second.
I still can't believe what they made Bloodvelds look like. They look so dumb.
They look terrible. Have you seen what Giant Mole looks like?
Yeah. Just depressing, honestly.
Yeah. That's what the Penance Queen looks like, by the way. But Giant Mole, I don't understand why they made Giant Mole look like whatever the hell this thing is. That is not a mole, my dude.
Yeah. That looks like a sour hog.
There's a hard mode Giant Mole?
Yo.
What?
That's the QL update I'd add to old school.
Holy moly, Giant Mole update from 2014. Okay, I can't get distracted with this.
Anyways.
I think that's all the replies in the Discord. But one last place we offered to let people reply.
The worst place.
The Twitter. Yeah.
God, I hate Twitter.
So our fellow podcaster Boon Babe suggests that they should stop pulling small updates.
They do that. They're supposed to do that.
They're supposed to do that, but sometimes they don't. And sometimes they decide to not pull some pretty big updates. It's a little confusing. Incoxicated wants stackable clues similar to leagues, possibly with a cap similar to the ecumenical keycap. I don't want this. Having unlimited stackable clues, or even stackable to like a limit, I think is a little.
I remember that you had at one point been talking about the idea of clues being stackable in the sense that you can get a clue box, but it takes up a bank slot. Are you still into that idea, or?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You should be allowed to have unlimited clues, but they take up one bank
individual
slot per
spaces, including in both inventory and in bank slots.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
I think if that was the method, I would be fine with it. But unlimited stackable clues means that on your way to like 99, you'll just have like hundreds of hard clues.
I think stacking them is
99 Slayer,
the more I think about it, stacking them is theoretically the problem, because having multiple fundamentally isn't an issue, but stacking them, it makes it so easy to just pick all of them up and just not give a shit.
Yeah.
But if they're not stackable, both in your inventory specifically, because now every time you want to pick up another clue, you have to lose an inventory slot. So like if you're bossing, for example, you're not going to pick up every single one of them, because Jesus Christ, you're going to end up with a lot of them probably if you're in an extended trip. So
yeah, we're joined by Michael in our chat. He says that it's not game breaking in any way, and I'm gonna make a slight argument that it's not game breaking, but like just the ability to have unlimited, it takes away from the distraction and diversion aspect of clues. With like I feel like a lot of players that do clues, they're just going to stop doing them because they know they can just keep stacking them.
Because that's what everybody did in leagues. Y'all motherfucker, every single one of you had like 100,000 clues at the end of leagues that you never fucking did because you didn't want to.
I never
didn't want to do that many fucking clues.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm outing every single goddamn one of you because I know it's true. Because it was true of me too. I did a lot of them. I didn't do every single fucking one of them.
Yeah. But like, I don't want to have to leave a Chambers or a TOA or a TOB if I get an elite clue. But you know, if they took up a bank slot, eventually I'm gonna have to do them. Otherwise, I have too many clues.
I think the real advantage of that is I like the distraction and diversion of clues, but oftentimes I want that distraction to occur just a little bit later. Just let me do a couple more chambers or a couple more of whatever
once we're
I'm
done
doing.
with chambers, once the boys are done for the night, okay, we can hang out in voice chat and I can go do a couple clues. We're good to go.
Which is why I'm also not super opposed to the idea of having like a limit of stacking. However, I do still, the more I think about it, the more I agree with the fact that being able to stack them makes it so easy to pick up multiple of them while you're at like an extended trip at a boss, which is possibly somewhat kind of powerful. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. The idea of
if you're doing
completely unstackable, each of them takes up an inventory slot is rather interesting to me.
Oh, we're talking about clues. I completely remembered we just skipped over an answer in Petscape. I want to say it was Snoop. It might have been someone else said that there should be a better way to get elite clues on Iron Man that's not doing a wildy boss with other players. And I agree, there should be a better way to get elite clues.
Elite clues are just weird in general. I don't even think that applies to just Iron Man. It's just like, because
for everyone.
Yeah, because specifying Iron Man is basically just being like, yeah, I don't want to buy implings off the GE.
When I say a method for Iron Man, I mean for Iron Man and also the non-ultra wealthy, because who the fuck is buying dragon implings? It's like so expensive per clue. Holy shit.
Elite clues have always been weird. That would be an interesting thing, I think, for them to visit in Project Rebalance.
I don't think
they will.
I
but
think that's out of the scope of the project.
I think that is a Project Rebalance type thing. If they ever do like more than one Project Rebalance, where they like use, the term Project Rebalance as like a term for when they go back and edit some things.
Yeah,
I think it is that kind of update, and I'd be interested to see that, where they kind of reevaluate the rarity of elite clues from the entirety of the game.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways, One Ben Beyond wants a skip button on the music selector and an unlock hint on the currently playing track. I don't know what that means, but
I got some
skip button on the music selector would be nice.
Feelings about the music selector, bro.
I play with music off because a lot of the tracks are just kind of annoying.
I've spoken to this before. I've said this a lot this episode about like things I've already said on the podcast. I'm like a fucking broken record when it comes to that term. But when they added the random music thing, I specifically called out music looping in this game is still broken.
Yeah.
All of the tracks, every single fucking one of them, probably not all of them. There's probably a couple that aren't. But a ton of the music tracks in the game are clearly designed to be seamlessly loopable.
Mm-hmm.
They don't seamlessly loop. They end, and then they just start again.
Yeah.
Some fucking developer needs to go through and just make it so that they can seamlessly loop. It's a bunch of effort up front to like work out the timings on each individual track. Do it. And then once it's all done, every time you add a new track, you just add that with it. And it's not a big deal from there. This is
Also,
another one of those updates. The longer you take to add this, the more of a pain it's going to be.
Yeah, especially with Varlamore coming up. There's going to be so many new music tracks. Holy shit.
And they're not going to add this before it, and they're going to continue having a problem. Is it a big deal? Absolutely not. Does it still bug the shit out of me? Absolutely.
While they're doing that, they should also remove Country Jig.
That is true.
It is so loud.
That is just a QL
so
update
obnoxious.
that also is on the list. Just remove that track from the game.
Absolutely. I just realized I don't know how to pronounce this name. I've read this name a million times.
Spell it.
MN Suni. Moonsuni? I don't know. But they're a frequent member of the TNL Discord and clan. They suggest barbarian hand digging. So I stopped forgetting a spade for clues.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tangent this one a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Barbarian
This
farming.
is the tool belt discussion.
Barbarian farming. Why the fuck do I still need a spade
Mm-hmm.
to harvest herbs? I don't think you need a spade to harvest herbs at all. You never use
I
it.
think
You
that
only
should
use
just
it when you're
be-
clearing.
Yeah.
This is not just in Chambers of Xeric. If your herb dies, you actually use the spade. But if you're just picking it, you don't fucking use the spade in the animation. Why do I need it?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, there's the argument that like, oh, you'd probably have to clear the roots of the herb when
I
you're
don't
done.
care.
But,
I'll use
yeah.
my goddamn hands.
Yeah, exactly. I would be fine with it for farming if you didn't need a spade.
If you don't need a spade for clues, then I can't make fun of both you and myself for occasionally forgetting a spade. You being everybody that's listening.
Yeah, I was gonna say I never forget a spade.
You have definitely forgotten a spade.
Fuck you.
It happens to the best
I
of
definitely
us.
have. Yeah.
And honestly, while disappointing, every time it happens, I usually find myself laughing a little bit at myself.
Yeah, I'd rather you still have to bring a spade for clues.
Plus, how are the PKers going to be making money off our Wilder Steps without us
Mhm.
dropping spades? Come on, guys.
I want to extend
Think of
this
the
to a
PKs.
wider conversation though. How do you feel about the tool belt?
No.
Because that's what like the barbarian stuff has like brought on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
I
Listen,
agree.
We're
I
not
think
gonna
tool
get
belt
fucking.
is EasyScape.
We're not gonna get fucking barbarian woodcutting. All right, we're not gonna be fucking Steve from Minecraft punching down the trees.
Yeah, well, like the tool belt, you can just store like a crystal felling axe in the tool belt, and then it's just something you always have on you.
Yeah, I just
And I disagree with that. It feels weird. Like I
It
shouldn't be
doesn't-
allowed just to
yeah,
bring.
it doesn't feel like it probably isn't even that big of a deal from a balance perspective. But for me, it just doesn't feel old school.
Yeah, part of the game is having to bring the things that you need to use to like chop down trees or mine rocks or fish or whatever, you know?
Is my opinion of Tool Belt influenced by RS3? Maybe, but I don't care. This is one of those ones
Yeah.
where even if my opinion of it is RS3 bad type thing, I hold this one.
It just feels like it's part of the game that you have to bring the tool that you need to do the thing, you know? Like, yeah, there are some situations I'm like, dang, I wish I had, you know, a pickaxe on me or whatever. But like, it just feels weird that like you just have this ethereal, you know, prison
Like,
wallet or something that you're storing all your
Specifically, prison wallet.
tools in.
Specifically
What,
for
you don't-
something
you don't
like
store your pickaxe in your butt.
specifically for something like farming, like the seed dibber has never felt like a cool tool that I like I'm holding on to and like wow. But specifically for like skilling type tools like the pickaxe, the axe, the harpoon, yeah, the fishing rod. The things like that are the ones where I'm like barbarian fishing exists, but I never do it because I like using a rod personally. I think it's cool. I like the
Mhm.
harpoon.
Yeah, and I mean, you get perks out of using a dragon harpoon or using a crystal tool or using an infernal tool, and just being able to like use those perks whenever.
Yeah, I would be fine with the idea of like, you know, like barbarian fishing, for example. You don't get
Mhm.
the perk of the infernal tool, or you know, you don't have the spec of the dragon harpoon, even though it's not particularly useful. But like being able to
Yeah.
just have all of those perks at your disposal at all times, it just doesn't feel right in this game to me.
Yeah.
And Michael snaps back was saying it's a very common fantasy MMO thing. And I snap back with there are not a lot of things in this game that a lot of other fantasy MMOs do. This is a notoriously
RuneScape,
against the grain weird game.
Yeah, RuneScape does a lot of things that other MMOs don't do. You know, I can't think of a single other MMO where you just don't have like classes or
Every time I
anything.
was talking to someone who is like a WoW player, and at my job,
or even races.
I was chatting.
You know?
I was chatting with him, and trying to explain how like gear swapping and the lack of classes is a thing was so foreign to him. It is so different.
yeah, it's RuneScape is an MMO that is it's so different from other MMOs, and I think that really
Like,
is what attracts me to it.
The mere concept of the fact that running teleports you in front a tile, I was trying to explain that to him,
Yeah.
and it like blew his mind. He was like, that's just a normal game mechanic. I was like, yeah, I don't even think about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just run over explosions all the time. It just happens.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of weirdness in this game, and I think that sets it apart from other MMOs and why I've stuck with RuneScape. Like, I've tried.
Would it be
I've
the
tried.
biggest deal if we had a tool belt? No, I don't think so. I don't think it would be that big of a deal.
Like, I wouldn't be that
wrong
upset if a tool belt existed, but like, I like that I have to grab a pickaxe. I like that I have to grab my axe to go chop trees, you know? Like, it's part of the routine.
And
I want to go chop trees.
I
grab
think
my
part of the
pickaxe,
reason that I
or my,
specifically don't like
axe.
seed dibber and spade for farming is because I can't hold it.
Mm-hmm.
With the axe and the pickaxe and the harpoon, I can hold it in my hand. Even a regular harpoon, you can get the barbtail harpoon and you can hold it in your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fucking spade and seed dibber for farming,
and there's the pearl rods for fishing.
They're just there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be cool if you could equip the bottomless compost bucket in your offhand and click on a patch instead of having the like check when it's a fucking empty patch as the default option. It would make it so the default option would be fertilize. It would have a fertilize option if you're holding the compost bucket. I think that would be neat.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Let's get back on track with the other replies. We got 4 more to go through. Becky OSRS suggests that if you die and you loot from your death chest / grave, it should go back in the same place that it was pre-death, so you don't have to rearrange everything. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is fine.
Why is this not already a thing?
This is like basically the same thing as like, this is to a lesser degree asking for gear loadouts. I just want my gear to reload out.
Oh,
when
I thought you were
going
to relate it to the chambers chest.
Oh, it's also kind of like that
back.
too. Yeah, but
yeah, if they do the engine work to do this,
yeah, true.
They could just do it for chambers chest too. Like, I know people are like, oh, but it's a skill to know how to pull things in and out of the chambers chest. I don't really care.
Yeah, it is a skill, but it is a menuing skill. And skills involving menuing are generally boring and don't add like a ton of value. I say that, but then like also like knowing where your prayers are and like gear switching is like an interesting skill. So actually, never mind. That's a bad point. Like arguably that's menuing, but it doesn't really feel like the same type of menuing to me, but it probably is, and I'm just biased.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this would be fine.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
have nothing
EasyScape
against
or anything.
this.
Yeah. Hestia Frey says that quest items should be taken out of your bank so you don't have to walk all the way back for the 4th time. I don't know exactly how they mean. Like if you start a quest, it just like automatically pulls out everything you need, because like some quests have a lot of items you need. Or like if you need an item during a quest, it just like automatically pulls it from your bank somehow. Like you have an ender chest from Minecraft.
Can you read the post word for word again?
Quest items be taken out of bank so I don't have to walk all the way back for the 4th time.
Yeah, I don't really know how that is supposed to be interpreted either.
Yeah.
But
I assume it just means like if you need like a bucket of milk or something and you don't have it.
I think specifically for quest items, I imagine he or she is talking about like unique quest items, like a
key or something.
Yeah, something like that. A key or like a special amulet, like the crystal amulet or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that would be EasyScape.
Yeah, just don't forget stuff. It's really that easy.
Yeah. Like I said, part of the game is pulling things out of your bank when you need them.
Part of the game is pulling things out of your ass.
Bridgekeeper, this is a suggestion that we had a topic about this, but I don't know if we had this specific suggestion for it. A large kettle to bulk make Guthix Rest. You can add an inventory of each type of herb at a time, and when complete, it can be poured out to make 27 Guthix Rests.
Yeah, we were talking about this. We had the idea of like making tea bags or
Yeah, I think this is just a better solution to that. Just have a kettle that you can add all the herbs to, and then you could use the kettle on a fire source.
Yeah, but then like, if it can make 27, you gotta fit a lot of herbs in your inventory.
Yeah, so you take the kettle plus 27 of one type, 27 of the next type, and then 27 two times of that one herb you need two of.
You need like 2 guams, right?
Yeah. And then you click the kettle onto like a range or a fire, and then you got the boiled
my brain
tea.
was like kettle, it's in the POH.
No.
But yeah, that would make more sense if you could be at a bank and like put in
one small favor too, you get a kettle.
Yeah,
and then you can do
like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then you could just use it on empty teacups.
It does feel like you're making tea soup by just like chucking everything into a giant kettle.
Is that not what tea already is?
I mean, yeah, but it feels more like soup because you have like a big vessel. It's like a big pot.
I guess. And I was gonna say, like, I don't know how you get empty tea cups, but apparently you can just buy them from the Colomancer chests or various other shops. They just sell them, so they're 2 GP. Just buy the empty cups, and then you can you can just pour them out.
I still like the thematic idea of tea bags, but this is definitely a more gameplay oriented suggestion.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is the better solution.
Yeah. From a strictly gameplay perspective, this is a very good solution to this problem, and I like it.
Yeah. And the final reply is not a quality of life update, but a cool suggestion nonetheless. Zuvi, I'm going to assume is how this is pronounced, XUVI, suggests an auto rank system for clans based on a custom selection of parameters such as time in the clan, total level, quest points, combat achievements, boss KCs, and perhaps even certain item unlocks. That way you don't have to like manually assign ranks based on these parameters. You could automatically do it. Seems like it'd be very nice for large clans. Yeah, Michael, who helps run a very large clan. Yeah, it would be nice if they did anything to the clan system.
An extremely niche request for the clan system.
Okay.
This is so incredibly first world problem, but I have this request. Let me change the icon of the clan leader. You are forced to have the key as your icon.
Yeah.
Let me change it.
Yeah, every other rank can have a different icon. I don't see why the clan leader
Such a first world problem, but holy shit, just let me change it. Obviously, we if the key can only like you can't put the key on like other roles like you can put any other symbol on any other role. Obviously, the key can only go on the clan leader. Sure. But let me replace it if I want, man.
Mm-hmm.
I just want the armadillo symbol as my goddamn rank symbol. I run my little clan of friends, so I would like to be able to have that. Like I said, incredibly first world problem, but
and while they're making improvements to the clan system, make it so if I'm guesting in a clan and I world hop, I don't get booted from guesting.
Also, make it so guests can see like drops and stuff. Make it a settable permission, obviously, but allow them to do that if they want.
Yeah, like nothing takes away from the hype of someone getting a super cool drop in TNL when like 3 smiley face ranks go, what happened? After everyone's popping off, like, yes, we will now explain what's been going on.
I will now explain the joke.
Yeah.
It just ruins the moment, guys.
Like, I get why, everyone's popping off. They want to know why people are popping off.
Yeah.
But
and I also get why by default, like, guests probably can't see it. It was probably like a, oh, well, if you're in a wilderness clan, you know, we don't want people seeing it. Just make it a permission. Just make it so that in the notifications area, there's a permission for who can see fucking loot broadcasts and who can see this other broadcast, and make it so it goes all the way down to guest.
If it's really that big of a deal, I think you can just make it so people can't guest if you really care.
Yeah, that too. Like, that, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, the clan system, while it is great that it is in the game and as in-depth as it is, definitely still has some improvements that would be nice, I think.
Yeah, it feels like they just kind of like gave us the update, you know, however long ago. It's been a couple of years now, right?
Yeah. I think it's been at least one.
And then they've just kind of done nothing with it since then.
Oh, you also can't change the icon of deputy owner and administrator.
Why?
That is, those are just always gold key, silver key, brown key, bronze
Plans
key.
were added in 2021. Okay, Jesus Christ, it's been 3 years. Yeah, it's just like it feels clunky, and like I would pay bonds to anyone that can, off the top of their head, tell me exactly how you can apply to a clan and then be accepted.
I mean,
what are all the steps that are needed to do so?
Because I
don't think you know off the top of your head.
So off the top of my head, you have to join as a guest, right? And then your client, someone in your clan with the correct permissions, has to open up the invitation system, whatever the fuck it's called. You have to allow people to apply.
Applications.
Yeah, you have to open up applications. It used to be that you had to be on the same world. I believe it is not that you have to be on the same world anymore. I believe you can apply from any world now. But you have to be guesting in that clan. Applications have to be open, and then you have to apply to that clan, and then someone with the permissions to be able to accept you must then accept you.
I see.
I've done this like 20 times
on the same world.
No, I believe that they changed that. I believe you can be on any world. However, I could be wrong about that.
Interesting. Okay. Michael's typing. I'm sure he's going to lay down some information on us.
I've done this quite a few times.
Clans were added June 2021, so yeah, it's
look at. I guess
there's been like some changes.
Invite applications. Yeah, it doesn't specify anything about the world anymore, because it used to say make sure they're on the same world as you, and that notification is gone. So, turning it off still says you're no longer accepting on this world though.
Michael says he believes you have to be on the same world still.
Let's see if the wiki has info, because I'm curious. I feel like they changed that, but like I said, I'm not 100% on that. Let's see.
Control F world. I'm not seeing anything for world on the clan system.
Yeah, it doesn't specify anything.
Who knows? But that's all the replies we got for this week's question. I thought of another question, because I'm predicting that next week will be equally a small update. We'll probably have some small updates leading up to the release of Varlamore next month. So
on the 20th of next month, right?
Yeah, the 20th.
Nice. Pog.
Yeah, I think it's the 20th. If you were to add any reward to Raids 4, which I'm gonna say for the purpose of this Raids 4 is a sailing themed raid. What reward would you add? Wow. We'll leave a question in the Discord as well as on Twitter. And you can also reply on Spotify. And we'll probably read the replies next week, unless next week for some reason has like a stealth big update.
Stealth banger update.
Probably not.
Probably not gonna happen.
Yeah. Got any final words for the people, Bird?
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, or join the Patreon, or join the Discord. We don't hang out here like in the chats very often, but we do talk in the text channels quite frequently. So come hang out.
Yeah, I do surf the channels of this Discord on like my breaks at work and stuff. So I always check if there's any new messages that I can flame people. I don't flame people.
He does flame people. Don't believe him. All right. Thank you all for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fantastic.